Flock Talk. Let's get it started. We have a lot of stuff that has happened this week, plus some stuff that you guys may know about that we don't know about. So as we get going, when we finish one subject, that is the doorway for somebody to start the next subject. You guys know the rules. Please watch your mouth. Do not say something that you wouldn't say in front of your priest. All right? No, if you cuss, it's all good. I can censor it, but don't make it a habit. Don't say nothing that you would go to jail for. Don't incriminate yourself, because I will not be on your witness stand. All right? At the end of the day, we're here to take feedback. We're here to talk. We're here to have it all. You feel me? All right. First things first, let's start it off. Episode 30 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love. Arletta Muley edition. Okay? You guys already know this episode just came out. Somebody just informed us right now that there's the people who were on this episode are on IG Live going to war against people. You understand that that's how it goes. You go on stage, you present yourself. Hey, it is what it is. So, I personally actually like this episode of Pop the Balloon. I think that a lot of the men on there were actually trying. They were genuinely trying to find matches, but I will not sit here and lie to everybody and say that this was not one of the more lust-filled Pop the Balloons that we've had in a while. You had Homeboy talking about if the girl don't make my little man jump, I don't want to talk to her. Everybody was talking about breasticles. It was pretty bad. Chesticles and breasticles. It was pretty bad. So we gonna get
wild
it.
Episode.
Oh, it was, man. So, Meech, you already raised your hand. Meech, you go ahead and start us off, brother. Please, when you get up here, please make sure that you speak into your phone, because last time you were getting cut off a little bit, bro, boss man. All right. Oh, everybody just want to speak. All right. Everybody jump up here. Here.
I'm good.
Yeah, you good. We can hear you this time. Let's keep it like that.
Oh, he said you can hear me this time. Hey, what topic y'all want to speak about?
Well, how did you feel about episode 30? How'd you feel about episode 30? How'd you feel?
It was cool. The first lady, I didn't care too much, Candy, because she was on there before, and I'm gonna get straight to it. Like when they about to match, I didn't like the fact that Arlette allow her to talk longer than usual. Like she had like 8 minutes up there. Usually, you kind of wrap it up. I mean, I didn't really care too much about it. Like she already had, I think she was trying to find a flaw in him or something. Like it's too good to be true. Like why is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so I didn't really care. It was long winded. Her segment was long winded.
So we're gonna pull it up.
But she was cool. So she was cool. Like her outfit, everything. She, you know what I'm saying? It was cool, but I just think, you think they had less girls this time, so they had to fill in time, or what?
No, I feel like Arlette and them are starting to allow people to have more conversation. I feel like the reason why she let these two go back and forth is because it seemed like they had a genuine connection, but they were trying to both gauge each other back and forth. I think I'll let this one play out, because one, that first contestant kind of sets the tone for the rest of the episode. If you have a contestant come out do really good at the start, they set the tone for a lot of what happens for the rest of the show. But I do want to, since we're going to start off talking about them, I'm going to play the clip so people can get some context of who Candy was and who she matched with.
I have a very close relationship with my mother, with my father, with my nieces, who I'm very much hoping to embarrass while I'm on this on the show, with my brother, my sister, and so I think family is very important. It's sort of the foundation for I think what not just society, but sort of our interpersonal relationships and how we develop as people and as human beings. Yeah. So family is important to me. That's why I try to make an effort at least to get back to Seattle every year. I've been a bad son. I know, Mama. I know you're watching this, so I'm gonna make a better effort. I'm gonna get home in December. Okay, I promise.
Okay. So then, how does you being in a relationship, though, how would that impact your family or your life or that kind of thing?
Okay, so one thing about that dude, me and Alex made a joke. Alex made a joke that he was long-winded, and some people, y'all wasn't jacking with that. Y'all was like, well, he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer. It's like, we understand. At the end of the day, y'all understand. We gotta sit here and watch the full thing full through. We can't, since we doing a live reaction, we can't skip around. If somebody get bored, we can't start jogging through it. Cause y'all gonna be the first ones in the comments talking about some Kite. You know you can't skip, so all that out the way. So Meech,
Kite.
Yes.
But my whole thing is, see, that's for the blind love thing when they did the new thing of like you have your time with them. What was it, like a 3 minutes you had time and you get to learn them? You know what I'm saying? That's that time, like usually, or let you ask a question or two and then you gotta say yes. Like, you know, it became the candy show. Like you already, I looked at the time, I'm like, wait a minute, she been over here for like 20 minutes. I'm like, all right now, like, what's up? Like,
I feel like
trying to find.
I feel like, okay, so I'm gonna put this scenario out there, right? And then we're gonna start letting everybody else jump in. I'm gonna put this scenario out there. Do you feel like, and I'm just asking you this specifically, do you feel like that the authenticity of the matches would have been what it is if Arlette would have just rushed through and been like, Candy, is it yes or no? And just like rush that scene through after, even though she did have the longest segment, she also had like the least amount of people pop on her without her saying anything. It was mostly people getting popped as questions were asked. So do you feel like it would have been an authentic match if Arlette would have rushed it?
Well, if you can, I've been watching. I'm a true fan, so I've been watching it mid-season. Mid-season, she have been kind of only pertaining to like 1 or 2 questions and say y'all can talk about this on the date.
Okay.
If people can chime in, I watch it. She's like low key, she been doing that.
Okay.
So, but however, maybe she. Not, I'll be honest, she do be trying to be non-biased, but you can tell that she kind of genuinely kind of like favors certain people though. So that can happen too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I gotta pull a I gotta pull a Eric here. I have to
go
First and foremost, what's up, Kite? What's up, Alex? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man. You know, I miss you, man. You know, I enjoy doing this, man. I enjoy this. I'm a kind of be a little concise.
Okay.
Because I'm finishing up work. But anyway, so repeat your scenario again, Kite. What did you ask?
So I asked him specifically if in the scenario, because Candy was already a long-winded contestant on this episode, her segment lasted almost 27 minutes. Do you feel like the authenticity of the match would have been skewed in people's perspective if Arlette would have essentially like rushed to hurry up and get them off the stage instead of them having that genuine back and forth conversation?
Okay, all right. So yeah, so here's the thing. Yes. First of all, it wasn't even just Candy. Everybody on this episode was long-winded. I mean, my God, it was longer than the last few minutes of church. It was longer than oh my Lord! Like I wanted to claw the screen at how long it was going on. The thing about when you going again, I'm gonna say this again for those who didn't catch me last time. This is speed dating. You only have so many minutes in this segment to get your point across. But to get to your question. Yes, it would have messed up the authenticity a little bit, only because you don't really want to cut somebody off while they're in the midst of of their building, I guess, if you will, because it was genuine. Now, were her questions like really nitpicky and all that? Oh, absolutely. It was kind of nerve-wracking. It's like I'm sitting here watching the episode, and it wasn't just her. It was old boy Tucker. it was everybody. But I was sitting here like, oh my God, woman, either take them or don't. It's either yes or no. Like get to the point. I got dinner waiting on me. I got other things I want to watch. Like get to the point. You know what I'm saying? But they finally did get to, you know, their understanding, if you will. And they finally did come. Now, what would have pissed me off personally is if she would have asked all that, he did all that talking, and then she would have said something like, "Yeah, I don't think it would have been a match." I would have been blue. I would have been ready to rage, like because that's happened before, where people get up here and you ask all these journalistic questions to see if it's a vibe or not. When realistically speaking, if you feeling the person from the get go, this is my thing. If you feeling the person from the get go, ask very tame questions.
Okay.
And if you want more, and many guys have gone up there and said it before, if you want more information, that's what the date is for. Like whether the date goes well or not, you know, that's to be determined if y'all even go. But you have more range and time to ask as many questions as you want to when you go on your one-on-one personal date, versus you sitting up here and hogging up all the time, and everybody else want to be like, okay, you know, it's been, you know, over 45 minutes. Like, shorty, what's happening here? Is we stepping out? Is we not? You know, that's just how I'm looking at it.
Okay.
Real quick though, sidebar. Real quick sidebar to that. Because you said something about lust earlier. This isn't the only episode where this was lustful.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, this episode to me was cool, but it was also weird. I don't know how else to word it, but that it was cool, but it was weird. And what I mean by that is, yeah, the guys came out there, most of them was genuine, dressed to impress, looking to date, but some of them, kind of falter. Your boy Tucker, you know, when he was talking to Chelsea.
Hold on. Don't jump too fast. Don't jump too fast. Hold on, because we still gotta let other people get their feedback in. Hold on.
I'm gonna let somebody else get their rocks off real quick. But yeah, like,
let's get it moving. Hold on, Mr. Too Cold. Go ahead, talk your talk real quick, man. Before we get to that one, hold on now.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Don't go too. We don't want to skip scenes now. We not going to chapter 4 yet. We on chapter 1. We talking about Candy first. Let's get Candy out the way.
Yeah, Tucker. That's why I rushed to this.
Before that, why do you have a hat on indoors? What's going on?
Wait a minute.
Hey, hold on.
Like the
He's big chilling right now. He's big chilling right now.
I'm just chilling.
He got Undertaker hat on. Like,
wow,
that's a Harry Potter hat right there.
No, friendly fire will not be tolerated in the premises. Friendly fire will not be tolerated in the flock. You gonna stop. All right?
Stop, bro.
Friendly fire is disabled for the rest of this video. All right?
Hey, KiteZz, I'm cool with jokes.
No,
I got thick skin. I'm cool with jokes.
It's all good, but we gotta be a symbol of unity. We gotta be a symbol of unity.
Absolutely.
All right, so Mr. Too Cold.
I'm cool with jokes.
With that church hat. Christ was unified with that church hat.
All right, so
it's supposed to be a cowboy hat.
Hey, come on, lock in. Lock in. Mr. Too Cold, go ahead and finish your point, brother.
He basically said everything I was gonna say. Like, I'm just glad she got a match out of the whole thing.
Okay. All right.
I do got something to say later though.
Yeah, if it's for the later thing, we gonna try to stay focused on the topics. That way we don't be jumping around because people be getting hold because they be getting conversations and it be all that. Monet, go ahead. You up next.
Oh my goodness gracious. Hey y'all.
How you doing?
Thanks for the love. Of course, I'm doing good. Girl, I tried so hard not to skip through her segment. Like, yeah, she was long-winded, but like her main problem was that she was trying to find a problem in everybody else. Like, I felt like she was one of those people. Like, I felt like she was one of those people who thinks that she's like, you know, the greatest above all, you know, the greatest of all time and all of that. So it's like, it's like with these men, like the questions that she asked, it was like she was trying to, like, yeah, she was trying to find a flaw, but I guess kind of trying to like find a flaw in a way that kind of bettered herself. Because the way that she walked and the way that she carried herself, like, yeah, she seemed sure of herself, but at the same time, she kind of to me seemed like one of those people. Well, you're messed up in this way, but I'm not, so it is what it is.
Okay.
That's one. Two, with the point about Arlette and letting them talk so long, I think like she's been doing that as of recently because there hasn't been as many matches on the show, or like not matches as in they're not going on the dates and they're not actually dating with intentionality.
Okay.
So because of that, I feel like she's trying to give them the freedom to talk more, because her and BM's goal is to try and, you know, have singles find love and get together.
Okay.
So like I understand like why she's letting them talk for so long, but it's kind of what's the word I'm trying to say?
It's a slog to get through,
kind
essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay.
And then on top of that, like she's letting them put in that extra work, like on the show, but after they do the show, they don't put in that work, which I find to be funny. But yeah.
Okay. No, that's a fair point.
Kind of like a people thing.
Say it again.
I think that's just kind of like a people thing. It's almost like how you match on like Hinge or something, match on Tinder, and then like you're talking maybe like that first day, you have like one meetup, and then after that, you just both go silent, just ghost.
Yeah, and I think it's exactly that, and I think that's also why they're stressing on allowing people to really be 100% sure, like, is this your match? Because the first thing people start saying when these catch-up episodes come out and these catch-ups go sour, first thing everybody starts saying in the video, well, you guys need to start vetting people better. You guys need to start running the catch-ups better. You guys need to start making sure they do date. And so I think they have to start letting people talk more with each other on the stage before they match, because if they don't, then we're gonna keep getting catch-ups like we're getting, and y'all are gonna complain about it and people are gonna be upset. But if they do, and then these catch-ups start actually getting actual good results because we let person A actually speak with person B, then maybe the formula or the problem will start to fix itself. But I say this was probably the first episode where she really let them talk the whole time, and so I feel like it's probably just a test. But we're gonna let Prophet, if you got anything to say.
Hey there, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yes, sir.
I'm also going to be moving people who already spoke. I'm going to move you guys down, so when we get to the next question, we'll bring up people as we go. So go ahead, Prophet.
All right. Well, first things first, hey, everyone. It's wonderful to meet you guys. I've been following the channel for quite a bit, and I think you guys are doing an awesome job.
Right.
So
Thank
thanks
you.
for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah. But what I wanted to talk about is the lustfulness of this episode, but I know that there are going to be some examples later on, so I want to ask, do we want to get into this now or later?
We're going to get into that segment. We'll probably, you know what? Okay. Hold that question. Okay. We're going to finish up this candy thing, and then we'll let you start off the lust segment since you brung it up. You're the second person to bring it up, but we'll keep you up here. And then people, when you guys listen to his question or whatever he brings up for the topic of the lust segment, then you guys raise your hand. So go ahead and mute, and then we'll let L Dragon and Smiley say their pieces, and then we'll start off with you.
Sounds good.
All right, L Dragon, go ahead.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
All right, so are we talking about Candy's section specifically?
Yes, right now we're specifically talking about Candy. A lot of people feel like she was long-winded, and we're also to add on to that, do you feel like it's kind of a good thing that Arlette is letting people have these longer talking segments with each other, or do you feel like they should stop doing it?
Well, I personally don't think the amount of time matters. I personally feel like what the kind of questions or what you're talking about is what matters most.
Okay.
Because you can have a long conversation about nothing that really matters, and you still might not get good results. So I don't really think the time matters per se. It's more about what you're talking about.
Okay.
And that's how I feel about that.
Okay. No, okay. That's cool. So I agree. I can agree on that. There is a lot of moments that happened in this episode where people were asking questions about stupid stuff that didn't really matter at all, but I understand it. All right. Thank you, Yo Dragon. Well, if you have anything else to say, we'll bring you back up. Smiley, Mr. Main Man. Mr. Smiley.
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
We doing blessed and highly favored.
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Most definitely. I just have to say about the Candy situation was she was mostly involved. Like, I feel like her and the other dude was a better match, to be honest, than the dude that was taller. But that's just my I'm like, man, you overwhooping just because dude was short. Like, nah, bro. But the other dude looked it better. No Diddy. I ain't
No
like
Diddy
that.
is crazy word.
It's crazy. but nah. It just goes to show you that people, they go for the typical handsome type of gorgeous Squidward type person. They don't really go for that. That's BS. You feel me? I want a good man. Like, no, you don't. You just want somebody that look good first and then be a good man second. You feel me?
Right.
So,
that's kind of like the flaw of speed dating, though, because all you really have to work with is the looks up front.
But not if that other man, we all can agree that shorter man was giving her more challenging questions. You feel me? That could stimulate her brain. But she wasn't on that type of time with him because how he looked. You feel me?
Okay.
So yeah, I said the same thing in the video.
Yeah.
I said the same thing in the video. Like her and Demetrius kind of meshed and vibe a lot more because they had a lot more in common based on like their profession and stuff. But Candy and the lawyer, I already said in the video, 9 times out of 10, most women are gonna choose the man that has the looks in the profession. So even though she had more chemistry from what it seemed like with Demetrius, I already knew she was gonna pick the lawyer.
Yeah, and that's very sad. Really, it's really disappointing because it's like, dang, you can only do so much and still get the short end of the stick. That's crazy, though.
Right. No, I feel you. Thank you, Smiley, for tuning in, and we bring you back up for the next part if you have something to say on that one. Goddess, you jumped up here.
Oh.
Hello.
Hi guys.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're great.
Good.
I just want to add one thing about Candy's segment. So she had said something to one of the guys about how his career wasn't like as ambitious, and I believe he said he was like a mail carrier or something.
Yeah, postal worker.
Right. And so I don't know, sometimes I feel like a lot of women view certain careers as lacking stability or security, and I wish that, you know, some of them could be more open-minded, that just because they're not a doctor, you know, accountant or something like that doesn't mean that they're not successful or ambitious. And I just feel like they would take into consideration that a lot of these jobs they kind of overlook. To me, it's kind of like shallow thinking in a way, because like they hold certain professions to, you know, a certain prestige, and they kind of downplay other people's career. So I just didn't like when she said that particular comment to the guy, because, you know, there are a lot of great careers out there that people just really overlook. There was another guy, I think it was what was his name? Oh, Terrence. He was an electrician. You know, like things like that. A lot of women just kind of put that on the back burner. I wish they would just, like I said, just kind of be open-minded to different careers and know that people can be successful in different ways, you know.
Right.
Okay. All right. No, I agree with you. And we made sure to point it out in the video that his profession, postal workers, especially, I can only speak for California. Our postal workers out here, they got it made. They make good money. They got good benefits. Shoot, it's a
government job.
Yeah, they mostly be making it out here. So I can say that for postal workers out here. But I also agree. A lot of people tend to forget that just because your job is not like on a list of like the top 10 best jobs in the world, there are a lot of smaller jobs that people don't think about that actually create some crazy breadwinners. Like out here in California, waste management. Oh, the garbage collecting people. Oh, it's bougie out here. Like getting in waste management means you got a job. Like when warehouses out here in Cali were making $10, $11, waste management was making 25. You feel me? 25, and now they making 30 to 40. And so it's like people look down on these smaller jobs and they think that the doctor and the lawyer and all that are the real breadwinning jobs, but it's really not like that. Otherwise the economy would be really one-sided. Like we got to really be like realistic with it. Poetical, you got anything to say on that, on the candy portion?
Okay, hello to everyone. I kind of joined this in late, like I just got in here, so I'm kind of like, if you could kind of remind me about what y'all talking about real quick. I don't want to throw off the conversation, but I just joined, so.
Rather than catch you up on this one, because we're literally about to end this topic specifically and start the next topic. So I'd rather just you jump on that one so we can wrap this one up. So just mute and stay up here until Prophet starts the next one, and then I'll just have you stay up here for that one, okay?
All right, for sure.
Yeah. Uncle Jimmy, did you have anything you want to say on the candy thing before we move on to the next topic?
Hey, how you doing, Kite?
I'm doing great. How are you?
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing good. I'm the same as Poetical. I'll just mute myself and go on to the next topic.
Okay, got you. All right, Prophet.
Good.
Prophet, the tone is yours to set right now. A lot of pressure on you.
All right. Well, I guess from hearing everybody's views on the last topic, I just got it's even a question for everyone here regarding that last topic we were just in before we head into the next one. With Candy, right, when she's being given so much time to speak, I can sort of get why allowing more people or allowing more time to speak would be beneficial, because I noticed in some of the episodes, based off of how people pop, you can get your decision made for you, and that you don't really even get a chance to really pick who you are actually going on a date with. So you kind of stealing the time you can to really ask more questions and get to know who you are matching with. I could see that, you know, people making a case for that. But at the same time, with Candy, how she said, someone brought up that she said, oh, that man didn't seem very ambitious based off of his job. She didn't really ask him. I don't remember her asking him what his goals were, just what his profession was. So even if people don't have a lot of time to speak, I can see the other side of the coin where it's like you can learn a lot about how a person thinks based off of the questions they don't ask.
Right.
So I guess I don't really know where I land on that fence.
And you know what? Sometimes you don't have to have a side to really pick in that situation, because one thing we say in our group a lot in the 2GNA is two things can be true at the same time. It could be a bad thing and it could be a good thing at the same time. Is it a good thing that people have more time to learn about each other before they say like, hey, this is the person I want to go on a date with? You know, it's not a bad thing. Is it a good thing that, you know, people talk less and they move forward and the show progresses so we can get more matches and temps? Yes, it's a good thing. So it's just like, it ultimately just depends on how you feel as a viewer, ultimately, right? And so that's why even when we do the reactions, we don't want people to like, if we say something's bad to us, like, you guys don't need to feel like it's bad in general. You get me? It's just us giving an opinion. If we feel like something's good, then you don't have to agree that it's good either. You get me? At the end of the day, it's not a hive mind. But did you still want to start off the lust segment question?
Sure. That's quite a title for it.
All right,
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So yeah, this was definitely one of the more lust-filled segments I've definitely paid attention to. But I also think this episode was very illuminating because, well, I know one of the big no-nos is kind of popping and saying that your reason for popping is for, I'm not physically attracted to you. I know that that's a big no-no. But on this episode, we got the polar opposite of that, where now we're getting guys who are willing to say exactly why they're attracted to these girls, and they don't have much of a filter with it. So I guess, in your guys' opinions, what would be an appropriate reason to express to someone, hey, I'm not attracted to you, not because, I like the way your body's shaped, but I don't like your personality, or what is, I was wondering if you guys could maybe elaborate, what would be a better answer than just stating physical attraction as a reason for liking or not liking someone?
Okay, that's a great question.
People just need to be honest, bro. Like, they grown. We don't need to tell them like what's the appropriate way. Like, they just need to be blunt.
Smiley, you're getting deep fried right now, brother. I don't know what's happening to your connection. You are getting deep fried right now, man.
But I do get what you're saying though, about being blunt. But there's blunt, and then there's Castro. So how blunt are we going to be, and how do you be classy and blunt at the same time?
Okay, so hold on. You see, we acting like Negroes. Everybody just unmuting and speaking when they feel. We gonna have some order on this stream now. So hold on. And this is why I be saying don't just drag everybody up, because everybody just start unmuting and talking. No, we gonna have some order in here, okay? Let's get some talking orders. We gonna go Poetical, we gonna go Monet, we gonna go Meech, Duty, L Dragon, then Smiley, Jimmy, and then Galen. All right. Don't be unmuting and just talking over each other. We not that crap. Don't do that. All right, be respectful. So Poetical, go ahead. Start off first.
All right, because he mentioned Castro, which I believe Castro made this episode pretty interesting. Buddy was pretty entertaining to an extent. Well, you know what? The thing about it is, like, you do have to be honest. And a lot of the times, like, when Arlette asks the question, like, why did you pop on that person? Like, it's kind of, in some ways, it's like, you kind of know. Like, if the person comes out already and everybody's popping the balloon, okay, we kind of get, like, there's something physical when the person starts talking, saying certain things. Other reasons for popping the balloon. But when you ask them, like, okay, why did they pop? And the person they're trying to think of a respectful way to say it. And sometimes, like, being direct, there's no good respectful way to just be direct and tell someone, I don't like you, or I'm just not attracted to you. And there was one woman in particular on this episode where everybody, I think they just kind of like eliminated her. She was just like she was an attractive woman, but nobody could really give a reason. I believe it's because she just wasn't, like, she didn't have this exotic look. She looked real basic, real calm and kind of basic, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think some of these guys, they want, like, that exotic look. They want certain thing, like something that's gonna catch your eye, or in the case of Castro, make down there.
Are you talking about the girl with the clear glasses?
Yeah. And I'm like, she was put together. She was nice. She was kind of slim built. I'm like, okay, she looks good. I mean, what's the problem? I mean, she didn't look overly exotic. She looked kind of homely. You know, I mean, she looked like one of the women that's probably just a 9-to-5 worker. She looked very composed in herself, and I'm like, what's the issue? And a lot of them didn't like her like that. But what I mean, again, some of these guys want something more exotic, something more put together. I mean, she didn't seem like she had a bunch of makeup on or whatever. But again, I mean, like it's one of those things.
Okay. So I get what you're getting at. Monet, it's your turn. Thank you, Poetical.
Okay. So
the question, do you remember what the question was?
I remember the question. It was about the lust segment and how there was a is there like a proper way?
Is there a proper way of letting somebody know that you're not interested in them, but yeah, without saying physical attraction?
Yes. I feel as though there is a way to say that you're like you don't want to be with somebody and that you don't want to. I do it all the time. I be like, I don't see this prolonging, or I don't see us happening in the near future, and I don't want to waste your time. I say that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because like there are just some people that I can just tell, like, I really just cannot, like, I really just do not see them being in my life. And it may not have anything to do with how they are physically, like what they look like physically or anything like that. Like, yes, physical attributes play a role when it comes to finding a life mate and or a partner, but it shouldn't be the main thing. Like, everybody looks because everybody has eyes, but it shouldn't be the main thing. And I feel like discrediting somebody based off of physical attributes that they can't change or that they don't have is pretty disrespectful, if I say so myself. Like the thing that Castro did with the short girl with the glasses, she was kind of top heavy. When he talked about her and her build, I'm like, bro, like there's a difference between being blunt and there's a difference between being disrespectful. Like there's a fine line between the two. Like, no, he has no right and or credibility to be talking about somebody's physical whatever, whether you're attracted to them or not.
Okay.
Like he was just operating off of.
So Monet,
yeah.
I want to ask you this, right? And I would just want to see how you would play this scenario. And everybody in here, if you feel like you can answer this scenario, then when it's your turn to speak, go ahead and address it. Monet, say you get approached by somebody who is he is not physically attractive in the aspect of he's very unathletic, he's very out of shape, he's not very well dressed, but you know this person as he is a genuinely nice person, but he's poorly dressed, he hasn't been taking care of himself physically, and he just now approaches you with the mindset of trying to get you to go on a date. What is the way you would be able to reject this person and give him a specific reason? So as you reject him, he's asking you, what is it about me that is making me not your type? How do you address that?
That's a good question. I guess I would say, like, right person, wrong time. That's kind of the excuse I would use. Because I could know his heart and know him, but physically seeing that he's not well and or taking care of himself the way that he could be, I'd be like, look, I know you're a great person. Like, I know this and that about you. However, it doesn't sit well with me for us to go out and you're not taking care of yourself and you're not in your proper placement of where you should be.
Okay.
That's how I would approach it, because looks looks play a factor, absolutely. But if I physically see that you're not taking care of yourself, how am I supposed to trust in you as a man to protect me when we're out on a date?
Okay.
When we're walking somewhere, when we're driving, how am I supposed to do that? If you can't take care of yourself, how am I supposed to trust that you'll take care of me?
Okay.
Like your looks say a lot at that point. Yeah.
Cinder.
I think part of the thing with that though is that I think you need to tell him. You need to tell him that. You need to tell him everything that's wrong with him, because that way he knows, and that way he knows where to improve if he wants to be with someone like you.
Yeah, like of course I would give that like tip, like, yo, like I know you, but as of right now, I do not feel comfortable and or safe going out with you right now because it, you know, it's something in my mind that's telling me if you're not taking care of yourself, how are you going to take care of me? How can I trust you to take care of me?
Okay, so I will flip this.
Kind of where I would go out with it.
I would flip this. I'm about to flip this, Cinder, because I actually, you know, if I'm gonna talk to you about this, I want you to give it to straightforward. I'm gonna flip the scenario towards you. You got the young lady. She has always been a kind, kindred spirit towards you. Very attractive looking. Oh well, she's not attractive looking. She's not ugly. We're not gonna call anybody ugly, but you can clearly see, physically she's not in her best state, and appearance wise, she's not maintaining her appearance properly. So, as a man, she comes to you. She poaches the idea of having a relationship with you. How are you breaking it off? And when she's asking you, well, what about me? Like, why won't this work? What are you saying in that situation?
And the situation as to why it works is mostly just because you're not my type. And I'm going to tell you directly, like, I prefer people who take care of themselves. I prefer people who get in the gym, who work out, who care about what they look like physically to the outside world, and don't just kind of like accept what they are. You can accept what you are, right? Because I accepted myself at some point. I was weak. I was scrawny. I wasn't the man I thought I was. I had to accept that in order to become better. That's how you upgrade. And I think we need to be a little bit more critical of people to get them to upgrade. Not to the point of, oh, we need to talk about their clothes and how bad their clothes are, how bad the breast stinks or something like that. You can give constructive criticism and still deny them in a way. A way so they can maybe open their eyes and be like, okay, maybe I need to do something better with my life. Maybe in order for me to get this tier of women or this tier of man, I need to cross these bridges first.
Okay. Meech, I've been looking at your camera.
I'm very blunt. I'm sorry.
No, and you know what? That's why you up here, because at the end of the day, you know, I can say what I can say, but at the end of the day,
it's wasting time. It's wasting time taking all these roundabout routes and figuring out how to word salad it. I'm gonna just say what it is, because we're both grown people and we don't want to waste each other's time.
So Meech, since you already are unmuted, we'll go to you next. Same scenario I just threw at him. Because the reason why I'm asking you guys this scenario is I'm putting you guys in the perspective of the Pop the Balloon people. Because the thing is, it's easy for us to have an opinion about it watching it, right? But a lot of people do not understand putting themselves in the shoes of the contestants. So Meech, same scenario. It's a girl you know. She's very kind, very cool. You've never had a bad interaction with her, but she is not taking care of herself properly. She is not taking care of her appearance properly, but she still extends the offer of let's have a relationship. You clearly are going to reject her. That's fine. But now she's asking you, what is it about me that makes you not interested in dating me? What is your response?
Well, that's a good one. 9 out of 10, a woman will like to fix a man more than a man would like to fix a woman. Cause we'll be quick to walk away. So that I'm gonna be honest with that. To address that, that's a good one though, cause I got a kind heart. So I'll probably just be friend with her and slowly but surely, you know, like see where I can support her in, but not relationship wise.
But now, you just put yourself in a bad corner right now, though, right? Because now you're on the stage right now. You are on Pop the Balloon. You are on that stage right now.
Oh,
you just pop short. You just pop Shorty's balloon. You feel me?
Yeah.
So a lot of times like, because right now your answer is very justified. That's a very justifiable answer, right? But now when you're on that stage, on that pop the balloon stage, what can you do? Because now that answer you just gave is gonna get you cooked in the comments. That's what's gonna have you on IG Live arguing with 30,000 people. You feel me?
Me? What?
Yeah, because people don't want to hear that type of answer. They want you to say, why don't you want to date her? Is she ugly? Is she fat? Is she skinny? Is she? They want to hear, and that's why I'm saying physical attraction. It's a safe answer. It's an NPC answer. It's a safe answer.
You're right about that. Okay, I'm the one that at least on this episode I like is the zebra. Thanks. I forget her name. Yeah, that's definitely not my type, and I'm short, so I don't care. She would have did me a favor, pop mine anyway, because she don't like short guys, so I would have been cool. Because I'm like, it's mutual. Because honestly, I didn't like her fit. Her face was nice though. I could tell like she's still cute, but overall, like I didn't like it. The whole overall, she do need a makeover. So to me, first of all, being a lady anyway, you should be taking care of yourself. Let's be honest. Like, you be taking care of yourself. Like,
oh, hold on.
Like,
Hold on.
Everybody
there you go. Hold on. My brother, don't. You guys shoot the gun both directions. You guys shoot it both directions.
Don't be dissing her outfit when somebody last episode was in a hot mess too. Don't be dissing her outfit. Don't be doing
say it
that.
again. Say it again, ma'am.
Don't be dissing her outfit when one of the guys last episode was looking a hot mess and then some. Don't do it.
Which one was this one?
It was episode 29 with the line of the guys. Oh my God, what was his name?
Billy.
Because y'all was
Billy.
What was his Billy? There we go. Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. We're going back to Billy. Wait. Hold on.
Her outfit. Hold on.
Wait.
Outfit wasn't that good. Don't be throwing shots at her when your male counterparts wasn't looking good either.
Wait, pause though, because we leaving out a factor. He's older, she's younger.
What the age got to do?
Okay.
Wait, was his outfit appropriate for? Because it could be the outfit that he had on probably wasn't appropriate for his age or era. But
no,
you get
it
what I'm
wasn't
saying?
appropriate for the show, period. It wasn't appropriate for the thing. What are you talking about?
All right. Hold on. Okay, all right. Hold on, before we get, all right, since this outfit thing is gonna get addressed, but both of y'all mute so y'all can have this one-on-one after we get through everybody else. Both of y'all mute. Both of y'all mute. Let everybody answer the initial question first, and then once that's done, y'all can go back and forth about the outfit thing. But who was supposed to be speaking next? About the I think it was it L Dragon or was it
Duty?
Oh, it's Duty. All right. So, Duty, did you hear the question scenario that was asked?
Repeat it for me again, real quick.
You just got approached by a girl that you know. She is very kind to you. You guys have never had a bad interaction. She just asked you out or asked you to have a date, but you just rejected her because you noticed that, one, physically she hasn't been taking care of herself, and fashion-wise, she also has been neglecting herself. So she's not looking good on the outside. She's also not looking good physically, but she's a kind person. But now you are in the hot seat because she just now asked you, Duty Mac, what is it about me that you won't date me? How are you addressing her?
How am I addressing her? Okay. Oh, sorry about that. How am I addressing her? Okay. I don't like hurting people's feelings. I don't. Nobody likes.
You can't do that one. No, we already. You gonna be crucified with me. You and me are hanging right now because y'all both said it.
Okay, I got you. Okay, no problem. She looks good. I mean, she has a kind heart and all that, but just not doing it for me, basically. Okay. How am I letting her down? baby girl, you cool. I can tell you a genuine soul and all that. You're not my type, and the reason you're not my type, I have a different. I have a different. I hate to use this word because it's so played out, but I have a different type of aesthetic I go for, and you just don't fit that. It's nothing against you, but that's just what it is. I'm just not feeling that. You don't have that it factor, because that's really what that's really what people miss when they talk about this. There is an it factor when you are attracted to someone or something. What is the it factor? It's not really something you can describe. It's just that itch, that feeling, that spark, that flame, however you want to word it. So yeah, no, I'm just not getting that. What do they say now? Initial attraction. That herd mentality. I'm following something. That herd mentality, boy. I'm trying to tell you. And people go on and people say that because they don't want to be rude. They don't want to embarrass somebody. They don't want to catch flack. This, that, and the third. Yada yada yada. Look here, man. I'm a grown man. I got thick skin. Like, it is what it is. Say what you gonna say. Be direct. Be straight up. Don't be crass.
But don't be rude.
Don't be rude.
Don't be rude.
But now you just fell into the genjutsu right now, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because
why?
Yep, Cindy, you just realized how you did it. You just fell into the genjutsu right now. You fell into it, right? Because, and this is why I asked it, because I want people to start putting themselves in the perspective of these pop the balloon people. And right now, you just fell into the genjutsu too. You just fell into it with a different word. And the reason is, you just called them out for the initial attraction thing, but you just gave the response, you just aren't aesthetically pleasing to me. You don't give me the spark. But that's the same, if you really want to break it down, that's the same response as, I'm just not initially attracted to you. You get what I'm saying? And so, that's why we get on it, is because those answers are feel good, safe responses. But those are not.
Those are safe words.
Right. And the problem is with the show now is we are getting an oversaturation of safe word answers. We're not getting any progress. We're not getting any know-how. We're not getting any improvement. We're not getting to the next level. We're not getting understanding. We're not helping people build themselves up. All these women that get rejected by men saying initial attraction, they'll never know what it is that was wrong. All these men that get rejected by initial attraction, they'll never know what it is that is wrong. And my thing is, if the contestants would be straightforward, yes, the internet's gonna be mad. You hurt her feelings, blah, blah, blah. But if you give somebody something constructive to build off of, you're making that person better in general. When people tell me in the comments, Kite, you looking big, bro. What is my response? I gotta go to the gym. At the end of the day, I would rather you tell me I need to go to the gym than sit there and lie to me and let me look like the Blob episode 54. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, Go ahead, Meech.
Okay. Now here's my thing about that.
Oh.
Sorry to cut you off. Here's my thing about that. Because you're right. You're absolutely right. But here's the thing. And I'm not trying to be shallow about it. Because physicality plays a role. It's not the only role, but it does play a role nonetheless. I hate to say it, there's nothing that you can do about your physical appearance if it's not pleasing to someone. Is that shallow? Absolutely. Is it right? Of course not. But unfortunately, it is a thing. Now, just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's not for somebody else. I have had to tell somebody, and I didn't enjoy doing it. Please trust and understand, when you're rejecting someone or letting somebody down, it's not something that you should take pleasure in doing, but it's just something you have to do so that there is no, for lack of better words, confusion or whatever.
Oh,
just good for me does not mean it's not good for somebody else. He
breaking up.
Yeah, dude, you getting cooked, man.
I'm breaking up.
Yeah, you getting destroyed right now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now? How about now?
Yeah.
Okay. I said, just because it's not for me does not mean it's not for somebody else. there's nothing you can do about your physical appearance. It just is what it is. Like I'm me personally, I'm light skinned, I'm short, I wear glasses, I got an afro. I have been turned down for more reasons than you can imagine, and it still happens. And I would be lying to you. I'd be lying mainly for the light skin thing, and that we're not even gonna go down that route. But I would be lying to you if I said it didn't hurt my feelings. Of course it does. But am I going to visibly show that? Am I going to let am I gonna let that just deter my confidence? No. It just is what it is. I'm gonna just go find somebody who can rock with it, because I can promise you I have found people who don't look into that at all. But again, if somebody was to tell me you're just not my type, you don't have the physicality I want, you don't have the qualities I want, yada yada yada, blah blah blah, as long as they're not saying things like, boy, you ugly as da 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 da, you look like whoopty wop bamboo, why would I want somebody who nappy headed, this and the third. When you go down that route, now I'm finna start grilling you. Now we finna get into a whole nother segment where I'm finna, because I gotta defend myself. But as long as you're not doing that, as long as you're not doing that, as long as you're not doing that, and we keep it professional, I'll live with it. I might feel like you're gonna feel salty about it. Believe it or not, you're gonna feel a little bit of salt. It's a human emotion. It is what it is. But as long as it was not in distaste, then take that on the chin to keep it moving.
Okay. We gonna chime in.
So remember that young lady. Remember that one young lady with the blue dress.
Okay.
But she told that dude said the way he looks, or let's say, so what about him? The way he looks, like blunt. That's it. The way he looks. That's kind of harsh. That was harsh. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so real quick, because I'm gonna go on mute after this. Real quick, when she said that about Cedric, and this goes for a lot of people on that show. Keyword: articulation. When people go up there and they get lost for words, I don't know if it's stage fright, I don't know if it's because they got to be quick with their responses. I don't know. They don't know how to articulate what they say. Say what you mean what you say. Like, I'm not telling you to be I'm not telling somebody to be a jackass when you go on the show, but at the same time, just be transparent. The more transparent you are, the less confusion there will be. When she said that about Cedric, I think he popped on her first, if I'm not mistaken. So when she said that about him, it was strictly just some get back. That's all it was.
Okay.
She didn't want to go into a rabbit hole about it, because she didn't want to be. Oh, real quick.
You getting cooked again.
Women.
We gotta wrap this up in 30 seconds. You going long winded, brother. 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Women. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay, I got you. Women do not like to be painted as the villain. Bottom line. And when the spotlight is on them and they feel like they're gonna say something that's wild, they just opt to just take the safe route, even though we know what they really wanted to say. And that's a whole nother segment we get into another time, but that's what that was. She strictly said that about him just as some payback. That's it, that's all.
Okay. All right, Meech, finish up your thought, and then we're gonna go to L Dragon, then Poetical.
Cool, cause this for Monet. She was saying something about go back a little bit about the lust thing. So what was I remember Humble Hood said something about they sitting up, and also somebody also said something.
We'll get to that when we get to it, sir.
No, because we were talking about the lust. We kind of got off track a little bit, but I'm going back to the lust thing about how Castro said about the girl, about her shoulders and her titties. Oh, can you say that? My bad. I mean her breast.
You good. You fine. You good.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to be respectful. Okay.
Yeah.
So, about that, and then it was somebody else. Another guest said something. I kind of lost track on that. But to me, I don't think Castro did anything that was kind of warranted, actually.
We'll get to that when we get to it. Let everybody else speak.
Oh, okay. She said she said she want that 1v1, so we gonna respect the 1v1. Both of y'all go ahead and mute. She already said it. She want the 1v1. We gonna respect it. Smiley, L Dragon, whoever's going next. Yes, sir. Go ahead and mute. Go ahead and mute until your duel happens, brother. Go ahead and mute. All right. L Dragon, go ahead.
No, just gonna say that young Smiley people.
Okay. Smiley, go ahead, man.
So I just want to ask Duty a question, though. So Duty, you was talking about like you got turned down because of like colorist type things because you was
Correct.
too thin. So like I really want you to expand on that. Like how, because we hear colorists from like the female perspective of being turned down because they too dark skinned, but like I won't show expect perspective about the dude being turned down because he too light skinned. I don't think people talk about that enough.
Okay.
Like, dude, that make
Okay,
you
so
kind
I'm gonna expound on it for you real quick. So, and man, this again, this is a whole rabbit hole conversation. The reason, the whole colorist thing of of being light skinned and that type of thing, it's it go. Oh man, I'm trying not to say this, but I'm gonna have to say
You get
this.
worked
It
up?
goes really back to.
yeah,
I'm not trying to get worked up. I'm not trying to get worked up. It's just I'm trying not to make this too long. The reason why the colorist thing with us happens, especially with light skin and dark skin, all that other stuff, it's really the psychological backlash from what we went through in slavery. And I'm pretty sure you can put together the pieces of what all that means. But basically, with women specific, well, men do it too, but mainly women. Women, they have this thing where they don't want their children to basically come out looking a certain type of way that they don't find appealing. That's why women go on there and be like, "Oh, I love a chocolate man. Or I love a dark," and that's fine. That's great. Black is beautiful. But all shades of black, but all shades of black matter and are important and are beautiful. And people don't seem to understand that. I don't go into this whole thing anymore because I'm long past it, and it is what it is. And the second I hear anything about colorism, or when somebody says, "Oh, he's too light skinned, he's too dark skinned," I automatically I shut it out. I shut it out automatically. I don't entertain it, and because it's another version of tearing somebody down. So
wait, not to cut you off, Duty. Do you think that tells you what type of mindset that person
Smiley. Do us a
Hello?
solid. You might have to leave the call and rejoin it because your microphone is just completely cooked. Like, I don't know if you were like in a bad Wi-Fi spot. Yeah, just rejoin. We'll drag you back up here. Like, leave the whole thing and then rejoin into it. Yeah, he's getting deep fried.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, say something. Go ahead.
Yes, you may.
Hi, this is Gaylin.
How you doing?
I'm fine. I just want to say I'm a huge fan of you and your wife's channel. I've been following it. I always listen to the videos when I'm at work, and it just makes the time go by really fast. I really love you guys' channel.
Oh, that means a lot to us.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. I just wanted to just add on to as far as the colorism issue, as well as having your preferences or your standards. I'm actually shocked to hear that I see now a lot of black women, speaking from an American standpoint, that are not attracted to lighter skinned black men. When I remember growing up in the 80s, I was born in 1981, so I'm sure you guys can figure out my age, how that's all a lot of black women wanted were the lighter skinned men like El DeBarge and Tony Terry, the Christopher Williams, the Albie Shores, because a lot of them found men that looked like that attractive. I'm not sure if that was influenced by their family members or just certain media outlets. Another thing, and I can speak on this heavily because myself, I am a lighter skinned woman. I am of mixed race heritage. A lot of black women, because I'm from the South, I'm from Texas.
Shout out to Texas.
I'm from Houston. A lot of those women wanted their children to look a certain way, especially if you were a darker skinned black woman. And I've seen where a lot of darker skinned black women were never viewed as being human or as beautiful. So a lot of them, they procreated with lighter complected black men, whether they were mixed race or men of other races so their children can be viewed, so their children can come out a certain way and their children can be viewed as beautiful. So that's why I'm shocked to see now this whole 180 shift where a lot of black women only want darker skinned black men. Because I remember growing up, a lot of black women were only into lighter skinned men if they wanted a black man.
Okay.
I'm really shocked to see that whole shift. And see, for me, I don't care. My parents are an interracial couple. You know, my mother is what you would consider Creole, if anybody's familiar with Texas, you know, Louisiana, mainly like New Orleans,
I'm Creole.
Baton Rouge, Alexandria. And my father's Latino. You know, my brothers and I, we range in different colors. So it's definitely not an issue with me. And I definitely don't feel like being of lighter skin makes you superior to anybody.
Right.
So I'm sorry that gentleman has experienced that.
It's all good. I mean, I when I was growing up, I'm not gonna try to make this all about me, but when I was growing up, I got called white boy. I got called, and I still get called that, you know, in certain circumstances.
Man, you are not in this conversation, Cinder. You sit in the back with the rest of us.
When you speak clear, when you speak the Queen's English, you get called all types of things other than black.
Hey, don't try to fit in now.
Go ahead.
Can I speak on?
Hold on.
Let Duty finish.
Let Duty finish his statement, and then you can jump in.
Yeah. So I got called white boy and all type of stuff, and that really used to like eat at me when I was a child. I mean, granted, I was a child, but that really used to eat at me, and I'm like, why do they keep calling me this? Like, my father's light skin, my father's like, you know, half white, half black. My mother's dark skin, and they've experienced their own prejudice against other black people, you know, for being a quote unquote interracial couple, even though they're just as black. But that's neither here nor there. Again, it goes back to that whole psychological effect of what happened with slavery, where lighter, fairer skin, as they would call it, people were seemingly had an easier time, and you know, were in the house and all that, whereas everybody in the field was darker skinned and were treated worse, and this, that, and the third, yada yada yada. And you know, that boils down to the psychological trauma and how we all treat each other now. However, be that as it may, that is no excuse. That is no excuse to sit here and belittle and berate and dismantle another person just because of their skin tone. And personally, and this is just me. Personally now, if anybody and Kai, you might laugh when I say this. Anybody tries to come at me about my skin tone now, and it's mainly our own people, because I have never been treated. I have never been mistreated by any other race except my own. Except my own. And that's what really bothers me. But be that as it may, now what I tell people, like I said last time, hey man, you can do one of two things. You can either apologize and shake my hand, or you can see me in the backyard for 5 minutes, because you know, I don't take that type of stuff lightly. See, I don't do a whole lot of talking anymore. I just get down to it, like, hey man, you know, that's all well, that's cute, that's fine and all, but what does me being light skinned have to do with anything? And then another thing, and then I'm done after I say this. Another reason why they come in light skinned people now is because they think that we have this high sense of entitlement. We're quote unquote sassy. You know, we think we better than everybody. No, we don't. Like, there are some bad misrepresentations of us, yes, but that's anybody. Because I remember at one point in time, everybody I knew didn't want anybody that was dark skinned. They wanted either like, you know, light brown or light skin.
Yeah.
Now, fast forward 15, 20 years later, now it's reversed.
10 seconds.
So now, so that whole thing about light skins and like the stigmatism, I just don't even entertain that anymore, because it's pointless, and like I said, colorism, that needs to die. It just needs to die.
No, I agree with you. I just want to make sure that Chubbs next door, he said he wanted to talk on it, so I want to make sure that there's a window for him. But then we also need to swing back because some people also wanted to answer that initial question. So Chubbs, go ahead and speak on this, and then we're gonna go back to the question.
Hey, how y'all doing?
I'm doing blessed. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So I just wanted to kind of piggyback off the last two speakers. I'm from Louisiana, Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm 31 years old. So I have 7 brothers, and with the whole light skin, dark skin thing, 2 of them are light skinned because of their fathers. Me, I'm dark skinned. My dad was extra black. So growing up, you know, it didn't really affect me that much. I ain't really care that much, but girls would always used to come up to me in elementary and middle school. Hey, Shamichael, could you give this ladder to your brother? Oh my God, where your brother with the sexy blue eyes? Because he got blue eyes too, on top of being light skinned. Like, where your brother with the blue eyes? Can you get his ladder to him? Can you get it? Can you tell him that I want this? And that was the majority of my childhood. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women didn't really care for the darker skinned fellas like myself. And then, like he said, 10, 15 years later, you know, when I hit high school, you know, graduating, then it started reversing. You know, more women are starting to be like, oh, I love me a dark skinned chocolate man. And, you know, they kind of deter away from the lighter skinned man, 'cause they be like, oh yeah, you seem like you a pretty boy. You be in the mirror a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Which ain't nothing wrong with that, 'cause I mean, self-care, you know, is great, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I definitely noticed that a lot, you know, through my life. And now, you know, I see but honestly, I see the whole, like I said, the colorist thing is like, it's corny. And like, you know, like we all black at the end of the day.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh, but yeah, but Alex put that gif in this disgusting chat, bro.
What did I do?
I just looked at the chat with this freaking photo. No, but I agree with y'all. The reason why I don't have a lot to say on this take is because growing up in California, throughout my whole life, it was the dark skins kind of got dumpster fired on, and the light skins were like the hot commodity. I consider myself a dark skin, even though now people are saying I'm not. But when I was playing football and I was burned in that sun 24/7, I was dark. I looked like a Kenyan at some point, right? No offense to Kenya, but I was dark. And so I only got to date women that were just romanticized with dark-skinned men, and that only came from like Hispanic women. In high school, I was never approached by black women. I was always approached by Asian women. I was always approached by Hispanic women and white women. But it wasn't until college where Alex and one other person that's when I started getting the notice of other black women. But Alex came and hit me upside the head with the club and dragged me out of the battlefield, so I was gone. But my sister that shares the same dad with me, she has my dad's genetics, because we're my mom's side is Creole and my dad's side is Trinidad, from Trinidad and etc. So my sister, the light skin, she got light skin from that because she got it from my mom's side. And I will say, everybody essentially put that she was like the most beautiful one in our, like, out of all of our siblings, and it was her. But so it's like in California, it's weird. Light skins are definitely still like top tier out here, but I do understand in the South how maybe it's mixed up. But Kat, I don't know if you had something to say on this, but we're gonna go back to the subject. So if you did, go ahead and say what you got to say, and then we're gonna move to the
When it comes to like the colorism thing, it's always been wild to me because I mean, if you read in the chat, like both my parents are lighter skinned black people, but the funny thing is, both of their parents are dark skinned. Like both my mom and my dad are darker skinned. They still came out lighter skinned. So like, basically, in my family, we're like the light skinned quote unquote part of the family because everyone else is dark. So it's really funny when people say they're dating darker skinned men or darker skinned people in general to say, oh yeah, I want my kids to look a certain way. But then when I'm literally a living example of it, of like, it doesn't matter if both the parents are dark, you can still have lighter skinned children because, you know, genetics, excessive stuff, you know. And I just happen to also like come out light skinned, but like we're all just black. But I feel like it's never been a big deal for me on the whole colorism thing. Like we're all black in the end of the day. Why we gotta like fully like further divide ourselves as people? Just saying like, oh yeah, because you're a little bit lighter and I'm darker, by like a tone that I'm better than you, or like I'm worth more, like, or vice versa, like that one is better than the other. Why can we all just be black people and groove together and like just be one as a people? Because there's already enough division as a whole. Why we gotta just separate ourselves even more? Like why can't we just love each other? Like I never got that
because there comes a little there comes a little social power with that, right? When you're mixed with like half black, half white, you can move in both cliques. You can move kind of either way you really want to. And from my high school experience, I found a lot of light-skinned folks used to hang out with a lot of the white people majority of the time, but when it came to hang out with the black people, they would slide over there too. There's a lot of perks to it. And that's why we end up dividing ourselves. Not that I'm saying that we should, but that's kind of what just happens. You can move a lot more easily within social circles being light-skinned.
That is true.
At least how I see it.
That's definitely true, because I'll say with myself coming from mixed heritage, I just went with people where we had common interests. I really never focused on the race. You know, some of them were white, some of them were black, some were Latino, some were Asian. So I'll say the beauty of coming from a mixed race heritage, you focus more on the content of the character and not the skin tone.
As you should.
Okay. Poetical, you got something to say?
I don't know. There's too much focus on skin tone these days.
No, it is.
I agree.
Can I chime in?
Yeah.
Can I just chime in on this real quick before y'all move on to the next subject?
Yeah. After Poetical speaks, let Prophet answer that initial question from earlier. Hopefully he didn't forget it, and then we'll move on to the next section.
Okay, because I mean, I kind of want to go back to the original question too, but since we on this the colorism part,
hey, I'll give you 3 minutes. Do what you got to do. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. Go ahead, gang.
Okay, on the colorism part, real quick. I mean, this is always going to be an issue in our community in black culture. I mean, my family is Belizean. Out here in Cali. Even in the Belizean culture, it's you have the darker and the lighter people in the culture, and there's been, there's the divide with that. A lot of that I feel like is kind of perpetuated by older people or
he's
in our culture, because they was like growing up, and he's, am I breaking up too bad?
Yeah, you're getting deep fried, brother.
Okay. Is this better now? Is it any better?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, it's better.
Okay, cool. What I was saying is, like, in the culture, in Belizean culture, because I'm Belizean, the elders remember growing up and, with the whole light skin, dark skin thing. So I feel like they kind of perpetuate that too in the culture. Like, this is always going to be an issue, colorism, because socially, unfortunately, there's some kind of underlying privilege to being lighter. I mean, I've seen it in different dynamics socially, in different workplaces, so on and so forth. I mean, I even observed it, like, when I was younger. I used to ride the bus. I used to just pay close attention to these things. People would come on the bus with their children. When the lighter complected children would come on there, a lot of people always gave them good comments. You're cute, you're pretty, this, that, and the third. when it was usually a darker colored child, the compliments weren't being said as frequently the same way. And again, this was done by a lot of older people. So I mean, that's really what I want to tap in this and say on that part. What was the original question? Because I want to just finish this out by tapping in on that real quick. What was the original?
Alex, if you remember,
question?
Go ahead.
What's the proper way to reject someone you're not attracted to? So if you were somebody that was on Pop the Balloon, how would you go about telling that person you're not attracted to them?
I mean, yeah, this is kind of like a darned if you do, darned if you don't type situation. Because I mean, I'll just be honest with the woman, tell her straight up, like, I'm not attracted to you physically. You're not up to par with what I would like. I like something else. Probably give a couple examples. I mean, I'm just trying to be as direct and as honest as possible. And there's not really a great way to say that, but you know what I mean? Like,
do you feel like
being honest?
Do you feel like you should tap dance around the rejection by saying things like, I'm not initially attracted to you? Or do you feel like the best course is to be blunt and just tell her the exact reason why?
I feel like the best course is to be blunt. I mean, just be honest. But again, like y'all mentioned, we watching these Pop the Balloon show, people be honest, and then they're getting cooked in the comments. And or what usually happens is the woman doesn't take to that kindly, and then she starts coming for the guy that said something about her, and you got to be prepared for the reaction.
He got cooked again.
That man's fried.
He got deep fried. Jesus.
Like,
he got fried, boy. I get the gist of what you say. Unfortunately you got cut out pretty bad. Yeah, you got cut off really bad.
Okay.
But I get what I think we have a gist of what you were trying to say though. We understand.
My buddy.
I don't know if you can hear me now. I don't know if it's any clearer now, so I can kind of wrap up my point.
Yeah, you're good.
Is it any better now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, but like I said, it's a double-edged sword, because if you be honest with the women, as we've seen, then the women they feel some type of way about it, and they come for you, and then and then it starts kind of going into that back and forth realm. So it's kind of like you got to be prepared for that also, and all you're trying to do is just give an honest response. I mean, even in this past episode, like Castro, for example, he told the girl like she looked kind of stocky in the shoulders. That's exactly what I was thinking when I was looking at her. She looked pretty buff in the show. How do you relay that in a polite way? It's just, that's that's her build. She's short. Was she like 4'11"? I mean, there's no great way to say that. But if you keep asking, well, why not? Hey, something gonna come out, and I'm gonna get cooked in the comment. Something bad. Something is not gonna translate well. But we gotta be honest, right? So it is what it is.
Okay. Thank you for
Can
that.
I add something?
Yes.
Okay, I did. I just wanted to wait till the gentleman was done making his point. Unfortunately, looking at the show, I think because of the structure of the show, just saying that you're not attracted to the person may just be the best answer. And I know, Kites, you're hoping for people to be more honest, but sometimes maybe because of the type of the show, honesty is not the best policy. You never know what people may have experienced growing up. They may have been picked on or made fun of due to like their physical appearance. And let's really be 100. A lot of people in the dating scene, they're not completely healed. They may put on the front that they're healed or certain things don't affect them, but if someone brings up something about their physical appearance, it may trigger them mentally to go back to an event that they've experienced in their childhood, and it can bring up, negative emotions. In a perfect world, you can be honest. In a perfect world, people would be completely honest with people, and people would be able to separate their emotions from the information that they receive, and it wouldn't affect them in a negative manner. But the truth is, we don't live in a perfect world. So when you let a person down, I think there's a way you have to use tact or be tactful when you let a person know that you're not attracted to them. And a lot of people are not taught how to be tactful when it comes to rejecting a person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that you learn.
Right.
And you never stop learning, because people receive information differently. And you kind of have to gauge a person. It really depends on your relationship with that person.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes if a person that you converse with, let's say if they're more on an associate level, you may not even be that thorough if they ask, well, why are you not interested in me? You may just keep your answer at a surface level. But now if you are speaking with someone, you and that person have had thorough conversations, you may know a little bit more about them as far as their personal life, then maybe you can give more of an elaborate answer. You really have to gauge the situation, because the last thing you want to do is unintentionally set a person off. You never know how people may receive everything, and a lot of people are just crazy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You never know. Yeah, you never know how people are going to react when they receive, information or rejection.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think the only things that I have is like I have counterpoints to it, but for the most part, it's more like along the lines of, I think my counterpoints come from the fact that I'm in a space where I am in the realm of public criticism. So everything I do is criticized. So I think I have more of a blunt response towards it, just because the criticism I receive has hardened me to have this type of outlook on it. And it's the outlook of, you come on the show, so you have to be prepared for what comes with the show by you going on the show. So it's like, it's the mindset of, it's one thing if you're getting rejected by people and it's people and you're going there and it's in a personal setting. Like for instance, if me and Alex go on a private call with each other and we're talking and I ask her out and she rejects me and she hits me with some strange level of bluntness that hurts my feelings on a personal level, that's one thing. But then another thing is, it's like, if I actively go on the show and I actively know my flaws in myself and I actively know how dating has been for myself, going on a show where there's millions and millions of people and they're watching me basically slave auction for a match, because that's what it ultimately looks like. You're going in there and you're picking a list of this, or they're all rejecting you at one time. I think there's a level of, you have to have a level of thick skin for this, because if somebody gives you a blunt response or a negative criticizing response, that's just part of the show and nobody forced you onto the show. But then again, my perspective of that is obviously from content. So that's why I say I can agree with you. I can agree with you on that.
No, you make some good points as well. I mean, I know you and your wife are on your way to being, big YouTube celebrities. So I'm speaking it into existence.
I receive it.
But just I want to add this other point. I'm not going to take too long. I think what has happened since 2020, certain content creators of a certain community that think a certain way have given certain individuals, men and women, the permission to be as blunt as possible without considering other people's feelings.
Right.
And I'll say this as women, I'm not in the dating game. I think a lot of women are hurting themselves by rejecting men because they don't meet certain aesthetics. I don't know what has happened where women are just shutting men down because they don't reach a certain height.
Right. No, I agree.
Or they don't make a certain amount of money.
I agree. And I'm glad you brought that up. That can be a topic I do want to address. But Prophet, I know you've been waiting. I'm so sorry. You've been waiting for like a solid 30 minutes. Prophet, go ahead yeah.
Don't be sorry at all. I'm actually so happy I've been last because all of you have been saying some amazing things. And it's Galen, you said something I agree with entirely. You said there's a certain tact that you have to address people with. And I think it works perfectly with your scenario, Kite, with the beginning when you're faced with someone you know who is approaching you with the intention of dating and you don't want to date them. How would you react? And overall, there's this consensus that it's a double-edged sword. Like, oh, damned if I do, damned if I don't. But you know what? I actually disagree with that, and I'll explain why. I actually I dealt with the situation relatively recently.
Okay.
And I think your scenario highlights the reality of rejection, in that the knee-jerk reaction when you get rejected is the feeling of not being good enough, the knee-jerk reaction that there's something wrong with you, or that you're just not at the level you need to be to win this person over. And I think that is what needs to be addressed with tact and clarity. So to answer your question or your scenario, if I'm approached with someone that I know who wanted to date me, and I would tell them this, and I have said this, hi, I'm sorry, I don't see you in that way. And then when they pull what about me do you not like? That's when you start to talk about, hey, just because I'm not interested in you in that way doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. Doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with who you are, that you have to change anything. I'm not interested in pursuing a relationship with you. And that diffuses that notion of, oh, maybe if I was a little bit fitter or a little bit thinner or a little bit smarter, I could have won this person. Because attraction isn't good or bad. It is the way it is. It's part of that connection. And not being attracted to someone doesn't necessarily make you a villain. It just depends on how you portray that. And I think that's why I think being able to say, hey, I'm not physically attracted to you isn't a bad thing. I think it's a lot worse when you do give those specific examples, like, oh, sorry, you're just not my body type, or I'm sorry, you're not, you don't have the job I want, because that seems like it's tacking on to things that, again, some people can't change.
Right.
And ultimately, it doesn't really matter why you're not attracted to them. It's just you're not interested in them, and there's nothing wrong with that, because there's somebody else out there who would be.
Okay.
So that's what I kind of wanted to add to that.
No, if anything, no, that was good. That was really good, actually. Okay. I can accept that answer. I can accept that response. I think if I was gonna be the type of person that would be like, oh, I'm gonna move the goalpost here, I would bring up like, okay, so how would that go about with being a contestant on Pop the Balloon and you're in that situation? But it's that's just moving the goalpost though, because in general you did answer the question, so
it's okay. But you know what, Kite?
If you got the answer,
you made me remember. Well, actually, I'll tell you how some guys have actually been trying to do that already, and it's funny because nobody really notices it because it's not done with tact. Notice how 9 out of 10 guys who say, "Hey, I'm not physically attracted," they always follow it up with, "Oh, but you're beautiful though." You know that?
Right.
Every time they, "Oh, I'm not attracted to you, but you're beautiful." It's maybe not the most elegant way of putting it, but I think that's the way of saying, hey, I'm not interested, but you're still pretty. And there's somebody out there who is interested in you. It's just not me. But on a stage with lights and Arlette looking at you, they might not be able to express it in that, in this way. But I think that is the less elegant version of that.
Okay. All right. There's two people. Hold on. We're gonna let Goddess speak, and then we're gonna move down because there's two people that need to settle something before we move on to the next segment. So Goddess, whatever you got to say, I'm gonna move everybody else down. Bring me Sir Michi. Bring him up here because he has a 1v1 to finish. Goddess, whatever you got to say, go ahead and wrap this up.
Just to add on to what Prophet was saying, to me, that statement of, well, I'm not physically attracted to you, but you're still beautiful or you're still handsome. To me, that kind of feels contradictory because it's like, I feel like if you're not physically attracted to that person, that means that you don't view them as attractive, but yet they're saying, but you're still beautiful, but you're cute and this and that. So I don't know, I guess that just confuses me when people say those things. So I'm wondering, are they just saying it just to save face because they're on this show and they don't want to get canceled kind of thing? Or I don't know, they're trying to spare their feelings. So I just want to understand, and maybe somebody else can elaborate, but that part always confuses me. So
does anybody before our two wonderful warriors have their 1v1 here, does anybody want to address Goddess directly on that question? Prophet said he can elaborate. I say let Prophet, since he's the one that initiated it. So drag Prophet up. Because it's funny, I actually addressed somebody in the comments because they asked me, they basically called us out by saying it was along the lines of like, I could give the response. I basically said the reason why I don't accept when people call somebody beautiful or handsome, but then say they're not initially attracted to them. I called it out. It is a contradiction, but I blamed it not on the person for making that contradiction. I blamed it on the fact that we use words and we have stripped the substance of what words stand for. Like, for instance, everybody can't be beautiful. That's not a true statement. There are good-looking people.
Everybody's beautiful. Nobody's beautiful.
Thank you. There can be good-looking people. I'm glad you said it because that's really what it is. And, we have overused the words beautiful and handsome and gorgeous and amazing and breathtaking. We have overused those words on things that it's not, right? There are a lot of pretty women in the world, but every woman is not beautiful. Beautiful means that it's appealing to your eye or it draws your attention. That's what beauty is. But so that's why it's a contradiction when you're saying, oh, you're beautiful, but I'm not attracted to you. Well, so then they're not beautiful because the beauty is what draws you. So it's a contradiction. But Prophet, go ahead and talk your talk, man.
Hey there. I'll try and get off here quick because I smell the blood in the water here. But in my opinion, and this could, I could be wrong here. This is my opinion. I feel like beauty is objective. Attractiveness is subjective. And to me, for example, Serena Williams. Serena Williams to me is beautiful. Okay. I don't necessarily find her attractive in a way that when I say attractive to me is somebody who I would approach with the intention of dating. Someone who is beautiful, I feel like you are able to platonically recognize someone's beauty without the intention of, oh, I find you attractive enough to date or sleep with, right? But I feel like someone's beauty, you can, as an outside observer, recognize someone's qualities, someone's physical qualities. Like if someone's in really good shape, wow, they have a really good body. That doesn't necessarily mean you might find them sexy. So and I could understand why it might seem like a backhanded compliment, especially the way that it's being said in the show. But in my opinion, like I can recognize when someone is beautiful. I can recognize, like, the girl on the screen right now. I can tell her she has nice hair. She's beautiful. I'm sure she is beautiful to a lot of people, but I wouldn't necessarily find her attractive enough to approach to get to know. But I can recognize she's very pretty. I'm sure someone would be out there and very lucky to have her.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No, and that's fine. At the end of the day, it is subjective. Alex did take a point to pull out the definition. Pretty means attractive in a delicate way without being truly beautiful or handsome. And then beautiful, pleasing the senses or mind aesthetically. So it goes back to my statement of we're using words. We're overusing words. Like, we're taking words that are supposed to be used for grand scale things and we're using them for common things. Like, we're calling people brave because they killed an ant. You get me? It's not that you're brave for killing that ant. You just killed the ant. Like, there was no bravery in that. That ant was not a threat to you at anything unless you're hyper allergic to it, right? So it's like we're championing things and we're calling things beautiful that are just good looking. We're calling things handsome that are just decent looking. We're calling things amazing that are just mediocre. But it's overusage of the word because we just like the way the words sound. But all right, Goddess, I'm gonna drag you down because there's two people who have smoke before we get to this next segment. Yep, Meech, I tried to save you, but you talked yourself into this corner, and so.
Hey, okay, my bad.
No, you good. You talked. I tried to save you. I really did. One thing y'all men gonna learn in the podcast and on these internets, y'all gotta stop saying statements directly at women. Y'all, like, some of y'all be like, what you mean? In general, some of y'all be like, yeah, but the women be doing this, the women be doing this, the women be doing this. It's like, hey, gang, you gon' open up doors, just like how the women, they say the same thing. They open up doors.
So what was the gripe? The gripe is because I said Castro didn't say something.
Hey, I'm not the one fighting you. It's not me. My hands is up. It's not me.
I will,
How you doing, Monet?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing good.
That's good. Well, let me refresh your memory on some of the things that you said.
Okay.
So, you said, talking about outfits, how you were talking about this young lady with her outrageous outfit that is definitely not appropriate for Pop the Balloon. Then you also I brought up Billy because you were attacking her for the outfit that she had, and I'm like, that's kind of funny because we're attacking the women when you men weren't doing it either as well. That's one. And then the other point that you brought up was that, Castro, I don't feel as though Castro was even that bad because of the things that he said, and you said something along the lines that other contestants have said worse. So I would just like to hear your thoughts and your feedback about that. That's all.
So I'm gonna go with the Castro. Okay. Yeah. Then we gonna go back to the outfits. All right. Now go back to season 1, episode 2. When what's that young girl name? I hope I don't mess up her name. Kaylin.
You mean whatever. Episode 3 at 36 minutes and 42 seconds, where Humble Hood was talking?
No, not that one. You went too far. When Kaylin, when Dr. Elon went viral, whatever episode that was, and I remember when the young lady, is it Kayla? It was down to 2 guys, and it was Terrence, and I remember, I'm a fan, so it was down to Terrence and the dude with the dreads. And she asked the guy, she said, Arlette, I'm gonna keep it. Can I say something rated R? She said, go ahead. How big is it? She was sexualizing them then. How big is it? Then she further went on to say, are you a grower or whatever? Like how I look on salt, basically. So she was sexualizing them then. So what Castro was doing, that was nothing when he just said something about her breasts and butt. It was showing. She asked what's underneath their clothes, what it looked like. It actually told Terrence, yours too big. I want the other dude. That was like, she was sexualizing then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but if we're talking about other counterparts sexualizing, let's go to episode 3, 36 minutes and 42-second timestamp with Humblehood talking about Miss Lovely and how her chesticles were sitting upright. Her chesticles weren't exactly out. They were covered by, I want to say, a tan cardigan.
yes.
None of those were showing and or out, but he still sexualized her by saying that they were sitting upright. Then recently, what was it? Episode 18.
Wait, look,
With
before you go to
the
18
guy
though,
in the Brooklyn Nets.
before you go to 18, he was basically hazed and whatnot by Rizoma also there too.
Hold on.
Oh,
But Rizoma, hold on.
Okay.
You can't use that one because Rizoma didn't sexualize him or anything like that. She just called him. She called his tone immature. That's different.
She said, but she also said, take that hat off. She said, take that hat off, and he took it off, and she said, why you got a hat on? That's what I chose to do today. But you get what I'm saying? It's like she was.
The topic of sexualizing people and talking about what they have underneath or the physical attributes that they have that is either sticking out, hiding, tucked, whatever you want to, terminology you want to use. How does one Rizoma talk about him have to do with the sexualizing topic?
It was crucified also. Because by him just saying they just sitting up, they was sitting up. That's what he sees. But he didn't. It wasn't warranted for him to get crucified at that time before the catching up. At that time on how he was dressed and presented. So it was kind of like that's small potatoes. That's nothing. That's small potatoes.
But he was being crucified.
Asking the guy how big you are, but asking the guy how big you are. And saying, "Oh, are you a grower or whatever the other was?" That's sexualizing, and that's coming from a female. She already set the tone.
Respectfully, give me a couple minutes, okay?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we're talking about how she was, sexualizing them by their male counterpart. Yeah, absolutely wrong. I completely agree with you on that. You bring up the topic of Humblehood being attacked by the other females, but he was being attacked by the other females because they believed that he was inarticulate and couldn't speak right because he kept saying, "You feel me? You feel me? You feel me?" Not anything inherently physical about him, just that he was talking. So I bring up episode 18, where the guy with the Brooklyn Nets and the bald head, Mr. Ball My Eyes, was talking about it was him, how he was talking about the young lady in the dress with her, she was a social media influencer, and then the guy on the end, he was saying, "Oh, well, I could see myself taking her to the back and all that." First,
okay, not to cut you off, I'm refreshing the audience. You talking about the guy he had orange on, right?
Yeah, the guy that was next to him on the left, that last one.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yes, ma'am.
She didn't say anything to them that was inherently sexual or anything like that. Yet she got sexualized by two men who were looking at the eyeballs on her chest and not the eyeballs that she has in her head. So what the point I'm trying to make is, you're saying that, oh, Castro didn't say anything inherently bad, but you could see where his line sight was going when he was looking at the women.
Can we pause? Can we pause? Because
yes,
ma'am.
So
yes,
how is it that what he did wasn't as bad when he's just right there with his other male counterparts and who've done the same thing? Their eyes was looking somewhere else, and their mouth was focused on other things than what they actually should have been talking about.
Okay, Miss Monet, ma'am. I think we started off on the wrong foot because I said other contestants. I didn't say other males. And then it kind of like what we talking about. Now we're going tit for tat on what male said and what female said. I just said previous contestants. So I don't want to start off or keep going on with that because that we'll be here all day with that. I was just saying other contestants saying things of that nature because it's other things as well, like body shaming, height shaming about people professionals as well. That's why I said what he said was nothing. He was actually he was zoned out. I'm talking about Castro audience. He was zoned out. Let's be honest. The dude didn't even know where he was at. He thought he was in the parking lot. So we were talking to just like somebody that came out the club or the bar. That's what I got from it. That's why I put myself in his shoes and I was like, hey, I think he just zoned out. He did kind of, he didn't have to say what he said, but I heard worse and people go further, than that. You know what I'm saying? So it's other big contestants. I didn't say other male or female contestants. But yes, Monet. Yeah. Yes,
my
Monet.
reasoning for bringing up those other contestants in the past, because I'm trying to figure out in your mind, based off the statement that you said, what Castro said wasn't even that bad. How is it not even that bad when the example of bad things have already transpired? What differentiated him from the other men who have done the same thing and have practically said the same things that he said? That's what I was trying to get at for you.
Okay, what other, besides the humblehood that you brought up, what other males?
The ones from episode 18 who were talking about the young lady in the black and white dress.
Oh, you talking about the guy, the barber dude, when he said that thing?
That was wild. That was wild.
That was.
I just want to know what separates Castro from those other two men.
Hey, sidebar. That's funny because he was in the same spot where Castro said it at too. So that's kind of
ironic. It's time to get that bad part on the line and be so.
So but I understand where you're coming from. I do understand what you're saying. I just
want to know,
yes, ma'am.
What would make him different?
I got a spicy assist from each if he wanted.
Huh?
I got a spicy Tekken tag assist if you really want it, but it's up to you.
Okay. I mean,
I got an assist if you want it. You can press R1.
I'm cool. And then I also want to talk about the whole outfit thing too.
Okay, so you said. See, I was saying, okay, with the Billy situation and the young lady, I forget her name. Sorry about that. The young lady that was on previous episode. I was saying, see, with Billy outfit, it wasn't nothing wrong with it, but it was like, was it because it was on him and his age, or what was it about? Because I know what you're saying as far as the context of the show, come dinner date ready or date ready. So that do make sense. But I'm just saying, if he was coordinated, she was not coordinated.
Well, okay. I mean, I see what you're saying as far as putting the outfit together, but I will say, one, that outfit did not complement his body figure and or personality. That's one. Two, that outfit right there. When they say on Arlette's show, come like you're getting dressed to a date, come like you're being dressed to impress. In my honest opinion, if you're not wearing, if what you're wearing is something that you can't wear to a job, like to an impromptu job interview, you should not be wearing it to go out on a date. And
I think what he was doing.
That's fair. That is a fair point.
I understand the whole casual streetwear, how that's just what we do and all that. Like, his age has nothing to do with it. He probably, if he would have, chose a different color pants, socks, shoes, what have you, if he would have rearranged that outfit a little better, it probably would have, had the ladies been like, he's looking pretty good. He's looking kind of fine. Maybe I might let him take me out. But he didn't do that. He came looking like he was a clown. Honest opinion. That's how I feel.
You can press R1 whenever you want, man.
All I'm saying is,
well, brother,
you can't wear it to a job.
Anybody else can chime in.
You could have pressed R1 a long time ago.
Bro.
No. You said what, sir? Well,
you got it.
What? You said I got it. No, this is help. No, look. What she's saying, I ain't saying she's wrong. I just say, in my perspective, he was trying to show his character, or like he said he's a librarian. So if you really look at it, he did look like a librarian. I think he really wanted them to see, this is my line of field I'm in. This is, and it come as. But I do understand. Yeah, a lot of people come on there not listening to what they tell them to do, like dress date ready and stuff. Like that one girl, I remember when that one girl, that's funny, she had some fuzzy sandals, and when she told that guy, this going back to when she sexualized the dude, said, you look skinny, I will fling you off the bed if we would get into bed.
If we turn the fan on, you fling out the bed.
That's not sexual. That's just body shaming.
No. She actually asked the other guy on that sign. He had a big beard, and she said, "How you maintain it? I read between the lines. That like basically, how you go down south with that beard. Basically, she was sexualizing. I think it was another contestant that was the same guys on there. And then her outfit was trash. Her outfit was trash also. Overall, she switched. She had heels on, took them off, had some fuzzy socks. Slippers on, like she about to go to the nail shop or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? So, I mean, that dressing compliment her.
Talk it.
Oh yeah, you talking about that lifeline, KiteZz? I think that lifeline.
Talk it.
Yeah, let me give you this assist, man, because I can't win the war for you, but what I can do is at least give you a platform to stand on, brother. Because
yes, sir,
you are making good points, but the problem is your points are getting drowned out because initially it just sounds like you're going tit for tat for the problem, and the problem that she's addressing is we have a long history of people on this show committing the same crime of sexualizing the women on the show inappropriately, and if we go tit for tat in that, she's gonna have more examples because there is more cases of the men on the show unfortunately sexualizing the women. But what you can open the door, and this is where the assist comes in, is what can we all universally agree is men's nature? Men are visual. Can we all universally agree that God created us visual?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's not a disputable fact, right? And men are attracted to what they see, right?
Yep.
Now, if we notice that there is more examples of sexualization coming from the men, right? And they're going towards specific females because they're not happening to every female. It's only happening to specific ones, right? Am I right?
Right.
Okay.
I'm following.
Monet, I just want to know.
I'm following
right?
you.
Is there not a specific type of woman that keeps getting sexualized in these episodes?
There is, and I will admit that they are at fault. I will also.
No, don't backtrack. No, because then you're gonna soften the blow. I need this level 3 super to hit you as hard as possible, right? So
hold on, level 3 super.
Level 3 super. I'm sorry, you gotta hold this one. Now, what I'm gonna say is this, and a lot of people don't like hearing this, right?
Okay, talk, bro.
If you know you have a big chest and you do not like being sexualized about your big chest, what precautions do you take before you enter a room full of men with the intentions of dating you? What precautions do you take?
Them boys up.
Say it again.
Take on the approach of modesty.
Cover them boys up.
Say it one more time.
Cover it up.
Right.
Thank you.
What did we notice? What did we notice about the women that were sexualized on the show, who also were sexualized about their biddies? What was one thing we all noticed about these women that were sexualized about their biddies?
They had drunk
things on them.
They were out in the open for everybody to see, and Modesty was dead in the back corner on aisle 7 of a Walmart. Modesty didn't even make it into the building, right?
Alex, bro.
Now, Alex is posting evidence, right? If you don't want people to look at you, if you don't want people, you feel me? Because we're adults, right? We're adults, right? If you don't want men to focus on your butt, why would you wear something that defines your butt? If you don't want men to focus on your chest, why would you wear something that not only pushes your chest up, but allows your chest to spill over. That's like, if I didn't want women to focus on my dong, I'm not gonna walk on the Pop the Balloon show wearing gray sweatpants with no underwear. Let's keep it a band, right? Because we all know what that effect is. But that's all the assist you're gonna get, Meech. The fight, I'm back in the shadows. I gave you the ground.
No, he gave you ingredients cooked. Go ahead.
No, they wasn't.
Handicap matches. I like handicap
You
matches.
stupid. You said handicap. No, because I see people say, I'm reading the chat and people saying I'm losing. I said previous contestants. See, we started off this man versus female thing.
But come on. Yeah, come on.
See, I didn't say what other guys, male said, other contestants. But the battle of the sexes just happened. The battle of the sexes just fell on our laps right now. So
no, like, well, here's the thing.
Yes,
though.
ma'am.
I wanted to hear what your scale of goodness and not goodness was, because the part that really stuck out to me was you were in your statements. I don't feel as though you had the intentionality to purposely attack women, but your statements were that of, oh, y'all women do this, you women do that. And then you said, I personally feel as though that Castro wasn't that bad. My whole thought process in going into this conversation was wanting to know what is the determining factor for your scale that they just weren't that bad. You know, it kind of got pushed into something else, but you know,
I don't recall
my thing.
That's not even my verbiage. I don't even talk like that, saying you women like that. First of all, I said, Kites asked me a question about, the original question was about something about like how you touch somebody without saying physical attraction, and he asked something about like I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I know something to the extent of like if she wasn't dressed well or this, that, and the third. And I was just saying that more likely females fix guys up more than a guy would fix a female up. And that's all that's my background, what I see. I don't know nobody else's background. So but he was saying, how do you with the original, if somebody can please chime in and tell me the original question was, how you answer that. If you gonna pop the balloon, you have to have something to tell other than saying physical attraction. And that's when I said something about the girl with the zebra pants. Like, overall, she's just not my type at all anyway. So she would have popped me because, first of all, I'm on the short side. She don't like short guys, and that would have been a fair exchange. Like, cool. So sometimes you get a fair exchange without even have to be disrespectful, because if sometimes they pop you and you not feeling them, you just like, hey, you just got to chunk up the L. Like, but
okay,
I mean,
so all right, so well, I think we can. I think this is I don't think there's really a solid answer to Monet's thing that you can give, because in your mind, the thing she's addressing, you kind of weren't speaking on it at that point, which is understandable. So if there's a disconnect on understanding of what y'all are fighting for, then this fight's just going everywhere. Everybody just throwing right hooks in corners and all that other stuff. But
nah, I got the answer to my question without it being verbally answered.
My hands is up.
You know, it's just one of those things, because you know it just stuck out to me. But you know, I mean, you're not a bad person. Ain't no bad blood between us. I'm just a person who is an intellectual being who likes.
I want to say this since it's on my mind. I love the fact that we can have dialogue without getting personal. Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of Flock Talk.
I look like you personal. I don't know you personally.
Say his hat's weak.
For real.
And it don't help me. I will say this, Alex been dropping evidence for your argument this entire time. You just never looked, and it's just unfortunate. She was throwing so many powerful lobs your way. I don't know how you wasn't seeing it, but
I see it now. But it's
too
just
late.
it was
It
just.
was a one P3, and I still came to collect. That's all I care
Oh
about.
Lord, you can't. No, cause you try to make it better with sexes. I was trying to make it better
No,
with
I
sexes.
ain't making the battle of the sexes.
You try to make it better with sexes. I just try to make it better with the sexes.
And that's when we start moving people down because I don't really care about how none of y'all feel. Anyway. All right. Who got the
Wow.
All right. Nobody right in here. I'm right. Y'all are wrong. All right? Everybody wrong but me. And I say we moving on to the next subject. So somebody in the next 30 seconds think of the last talking point because this part, and it better be a good one because
no, it's Tucker. They want to talk about Tucker. Tucker the trucker without the hat.
All right, we go. Hold on. Let me pull up Tucker the trucker, man. This is gonna be the last talking point, and then we gonna wrap this up. If y'all want to argue in the Discord after, that's why we have voice channels. Y'all go ahead, argue that after. But ironically, Meech, this definitely would have helped you too because Trucker was called out for being a little sexualized, but I don't see no modesty in this room. I'm just saying. I wouldn't want my daughter wearing this, but I'm just saying, but you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. All right, peoples. Let's start hearing these opinions about Tucker. Who want to say something? Go ahead and start raising them hands. Go ahead and start putting them hands up. Put them hands up. Yes. Put them hands up. You're going to let Poetical, Smiley, Monet. I'm an entrepreneur. It's crazy work, Miracle Homes.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I'm sorry, my audio was messed up. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, I feel like the thing of it was he was just like, I don't know, just clapping back when he did.
He was horny.
Yeah, he was. He definitely had a whole bunch of Viagra before the show, for sure. Like he was
had a
on
honey
Diddy
pack in his
time,
pocket,
for sure.
man.
Oh God, that's what. Listen, bro, and it was horrible because all of them was like that. It seemed like now you just got to go in there like a Muslim woman or something at this point, because covered up and all type of stuff, because that ain't. They over whooping with that. It's like y'all, because it feel like a lot of them haven't even experienced the poom poom before. It's weird. It's really weird.
What? Hold on, real quick. Let me say something real quick, because y'all, I know y'all kind of referencing Castro in this because he was the one saying all these different outrageous things. But I will say he brought up a point with the young lady on the picture in the freeze frame up top, because she rejected him or whatnot, because she said she didn't like the fact that he was flashy with all the jewelry and all that stuff. And his rebuttal was, okay, like you talking about me being flashy with the jewel, but she was being flashy too, because she had you know, her chest out, her booty out. It's the same. Y'all both flashy in two different colors.
My brother in Christ.
Monet, be quiet, Monet, be quiet, because Poetic is speaking right now. Let Poetic speak.
Look. Okay, because I see Kite's laughing, so something must have been directed in the comments. I wasn't reading the comments. He done fell out the chair and everything. If I'm late to something, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that piece out. I don't want to get carried away with that point. I just want to throw that in there really quick, and we can keep this move in, because y'all been talking about this guy at the honey pack in his pocket, talking about how horny he is. I just wanted to say that I felt like he made a good point with him bringing that up. I'm just saying, because she was talking about how dangerous it is to have all these jewels on. If you with the woman who got all her stuff out, that's a danger too, because because more than likely you're gonna have to fight out some other men. If you're in the club, they're gonna be trying to grope her. That's a day. Now we gotta get physical. Now we gotta do all this extra stuff. So if both sides is danger, it's danger.
So poetic. Do you think?
So poetical of you.
So poetic. I got a question for you. Do you think that she want other attention from other men, even though she think that she want a committed relationship, but she really just want, the attention from other people? Do you think she's serious about?
Why else would she dress like that?
Yeah, right. She wants attention from other. She wants attention from other men. She's probably used to getting attention from other men. I mean, I generally believe women are very aware when it comes to themselves, how they present themselves, and especially when they get complimented or people say so many things, or they get so many compliments or looks or whatever when they go out someplace. So a lot of the time, women are aware of this and they know like what's going on, and they either feed into it, or some would just like to be casual and conservative. But she know what she was doing. I mean, there's a way to come dress to impress on Pop the Balloon without everything just popping out.
Yeah, and I feel like that's very disrespectful to even dress like that and you coming on the show to find love, because it's like people is not really gonna take you serious dressing like that. Like, of course we gonna think you a bop by doing that. You feel me? You a thought. You feel me? Like, that's just what it is. I got to be blunt.
I'm sorry, repeat that.
Listen,
she's gonna get labeled a certain way. It's just honestly, it's what it is.
How you gonna get mad at that, Monet? How you gonna get mad at that? Me and Poetic is speaking the truth. She gonna get labeled.
I'm not saying that. I just wanted to make sure I heard your terminology that you use. That's all.
But the thing of it is, that's what Poetic. Am I wrong for saying that though?
No, I'm just look. Most men when they come up, when they
thank you.
When they come on this platform and then. Oh, sorry, KiteZz, go ahead. Sorry.
I think the reason why y'all are disconnecting on some of y'all points is it goes back to what I said earlier before the 1v1 happened. As men, we have this horrible habit, and for some reason y'all didn't hear me say it, I guess y'all tunnel visioned. But Cinder, I see you smiling because I know I said it at some point, and they ended up doing it. And that's why we talk the way we talk on our podcast and on our videos, is because this is just for some reason, this is just the nature that we dudes do when we get on platforms. Y'all went directly back to targeting women. And that's the problem we're having, because the conversation
Yeah, I was about to. Yeah.
The conversation was about Tucker, but for the last, even when I got up, when I left to go use the bathroom, I came back and we still talking about women. And that's the thing that I need y'all to understand on why Meech got set up, is because y'all get too comfortable where as soon as we start talking about subjects about men and women, both sides do this. Once you guys unite on something that the other side did, y'all amp up and just want to start machine gunning everything about the other side, but then forget the fact that y'all are supposed to be reflecting on what your gender is doing as well. Y'all completely let Tucker Tucker not even in the conversation no more.
Honestly say, bro, talking about the women on there or the guys on there looking for love, and I'm thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, I don't know. I think some of those guys is there kind of to smash. They there for the clout and smash, and that's literally about it. I don't really think they there for that. Maybe if it comes along with it, sure. If something does like pop off, but straight up love, I don't believe it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Mana, you want to go first?
You know what? I rebuttal. Go ahead. I rebuttal.
You sure? I think.
Oh no, I go first then. I go first.
Go
then.
ahead, Kat.
Okay.
Go first.
So,
Oh, never mind.
Hold on.
before I just want to say this, and if it causes some strife on your personal reflection, talk to Jesus, not me. So back to this is what I want to say, and then I'm
Jesus don't want
I'm
this
letting it go.
conversation. This ain't
I know,
Jesus
but I'm letting
case.
it go after I say this part.
No,
After I say
let
this
her
part,
empty the clip.
okay?
Let her empty the clip.
I understand trying to do the whole tit for tat when it comes to gender and all that, but the main issue that is not being talked about and that I did not get the chance to talk about is that both genders were being irresponsible and immature. They're not there with the intentionality of what they should be, and they're letting everything else get into the way of what the actual purpose was, which is why we have these interactions of the whole, oh, well, you know, her bosoms and her whatever's just sticking out, and she just being really flashy. Oh, if my chain is flashy, oh, well, you know what? I'm gonna come back at her by saying that, oh, her chi-chis is out and all that jazz, when that's really not what you're there for, and you forget that purpose. That's all I have to say. Both genders, because I wasn't necessarily defending women, I was just necessarily trying to, you know, get to the root of the thing that I'm saying. Both genders did not have when stuff happens or when something is said, both genders forget the main purpose of what they're actually there for, and they start doing the tit for tat, whether it be the sexual comments or the oh, your height is this and that, or your teeth looks bad. They start doing that because something gets said and the main purpose of being there gets forgotten. But on to my man Tucker. Tucker was very he was a character, I say the least. I could tell, like, from the start, like from his intro walk-in, that he was definitely going to be like a problem, probably a little bit of a crash out. Especially with the whole glasses thing, like it was giving Dracula. And like, first of all, y'all in Arizona, it's not even that cold for you to be wearing, you know, all them different, like, oh, let me wear the long sleeve black shirt and the sunglasses. Like, Arizona's too hot for that. But he just, a lot of the things that he said, I felt as though were kind of surface level. Like, there was no real, like, deep meaning, like, of oh, I'm trying to find my woman, or I'm really attracted to you. But he just really, to me, he gave the vibe of like, oh, I just want to get with you, you know. So maybe like a one night type beat, not necessarily that I want to make you my life partner.
Okay. So
mic drop.
Okay. Chubbs, it seems that you have something to say. Go ahead, Chubbs.
All right, so yeah, I wanted to talk on that boy Tucker. All right, so yeah, first of all, as we already addressed, that man was just a horned out fiend for one. But after watching a few reactions from like you guys, Tip and Dale and all them, I actually went and added the young lady on Instagram, and she was talking about Tucker. She said he brought a whole female to the Pop the Bloom show.
Oh no!
Oh my God!
Yeah,
no
way!
This ketchup would be crazy.
That too.
Not the sheriff, not the Sheriff Tucker. He wasn't even there to find love, because she posted in her story. Somebody asked her a question, and she addressed it. She was like, "Yeah, Tucker, he wasn't even there to find love. He brought a whole girl to the show."
Hey,
yeah, she was out there waiting in his car, and I'm like,
yeah, and that's why we need to look at their social medias before they come on the show to see if they genuine or not.
I'm
not looking on social media to sell somebody genuine. I'm not looking at social media to see if somebody genuine. Social media is the worst place to look for a genuine character.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah,
dang. So wait, so he did all that, and he had a shorty sitting in the car? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, sir.
Now, can I say that somebody in that equation is very stupid? It wouldn't be right for me to say that there is, in those three people connected in that scenario, somebody in that equation is very stupid. It's the shorty that sat in the car for 2-3 hours while they recorded this, while your man is in there picking up females. I'm not gonna lie.
That's wonderful.
Nah, that's
crazy word.
Can't do it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Driven Black Girl said, "Yeah, I'm scared to speak on the panel. I don't like to tussle about my opinion." Well, it's not a tussle. This is a flock. And we just pecking at each other. At the end of the day, we not killing each other. We just pecking. So if you got an opinion and you withholding it, then you withholding from the flock. And you know what we do to birds that don't contribute to the flock? Everybody peck them to death. So you might want to start speaking up, man.
We kick out their knees.
Yeah.
No, jump in when you. No, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Jump in when you feel comfortable. Don't listen to them.
I'm joking.
Yes.
Hey, but I didn't Humble Hood say that the girl he matched with, she brought somebody too. It was some guy. He didn't feel comfortable.
No,
like everywhere they go.
He said no. The guy was on. He was for another show. He was like a group of people in the Pop the Balloon area, and he kept trying to converse with them while they were trying to have their moment, and Humble Hood got upset because he was taken from their interaction time.
Yeah, because they film multiple episodes. They film multiple episodes in a day, so they probably film like 2 episodes. So when they're doing episode 29, they're already doing episode 30 in the same night.
Yeah.
So KiteZz, they going back and forth on social media?
I don't know. Look, all the information that I be getting remember me and Alex, after the reactions happened, me and Alex don't even.
Receipts?
No, he did put the receipts. That's crazy. All right.
I thought they do NDAs though.
Yeah, they should.
Oh,
I thought they did.
He did pull up the receipts.
No?
Hold on. Can y'all see that? Hold on. Let me see if people can see it on the stream.
Do NDAs.
Dang.
Hold on.
Be for real. This ain't clear crap. Said a whole bunch of nothing. This showed up with a whole nother chick who had. Dang. Hold on. Whole other chick who had an actual BBL. They were looking for a third to add whatever the heck they got going on. He was looking for a viral moment, the whole set. And congrats, my guy, you got it. Dang.
So we can't look forward to that catching up, or no? What you think?
No, I think you.
I think you can't have no catch up.
I need to see that catch up. I need to see
No, we
that.
gotta see that.
It ain't gonna be in person.
It's definitely
But I don't think I'm gonna let them go now.
Yeah, they supposed to sign NDAs. They're supposed to be, airing it out.
That's crazy.
I think
maybe that was his sister or something.
I think they're allowed to because trying
to get a third.
I mean, he said he was trying to get a
On
third
the show or outside the show?
It's out after the show.
But like,
I don't think the NDA will cover that.
Yeah, but speaking of Tippendale said when he do his, he don't let like other people come. He just let them come by themselves. I think that's what they need to start doing.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Because the old dude brought his sister, and his sister was in the lineup, and she popped because she said that's my brother. So that's a lie. Yeah. So
Nah, my homie West said he was just helping her with his cousin with the groceries, man. Black men don't cheat. he was just trying to bring some groceries in, man. Nah, that's crazy. That catch-up gonna be wild, man. So at least y'all got something to look forward to. That's also part of the reason. They can't. I don't think they can talk about certain things on the show. That's why we stopped doing the live catch-ups. And if people want to do like interviews with us and stuff, we wait for them to do the catch up and then we'll interview them. That way we don't run into no issue of messing up the content. But that is unfortunate.
Yeah, their obligation is pop the balloon first.
That is unfortunate.
Hey, I got a bone to pick though. I got a bone to pick with that dude Ontario though. Like What was he there for though? I think he was there to promote his say he a comedian.
Yeah, I think he was.
What he say? Huh?
He wasn't funny. That wasn't a good representation if he a comedian.
Right. Thank you. Nah, cause look, think about it. I noticed what he was doing. He'll pop his balloon. So when they asked, he said, "Oh, he always referenced cause I'm a comedian. Oh, cause I'm a comedian." If you this peep game, I was peeping game. He was like that James the Pie dude. Like I'ma sneak this in, like this. I was peeping game. I was like, bro, like the only good thing you did, you changed your outfit to come back. But other than that, you ain't doing nothing, bro.
Ontario was a waste of time on the show simply because one, he was the first person to pop every time, or if he never made it past round 1 on the show, except for the chick at the end. Then he had the girl that was second to before last. The girl had literally talked for 30 seconds and said her intro. Buddy popped and then was like, "I forgot what you said on what made me pop." And it's like, bro, there's no way you forgot the conversation that you just now heard, and you had a reason to pop, but then you forgot the reason that you popped in 5 seconds. Did the effort of popping the balloon erase your memory? And it's just like, it gets to a point where I'm just to the point where I'm tired of like content creators being on our Let's Pop the Balloon, because they genuinely they're not adding anything of substance to the show no more. They're just there. Like Rhino did his thing, but he did his thing like twice or something like that. Like it's not even helping nothing no more.
They just collecting these videos like it's Infinity Stones for real.
Yeah.
Like I swear, every time I go like on my feed, like Pop the Balloon stuff will pop up. And I swear, every time I be seeing Rhino's face, it be making me crash out. Like, I understand why he be doing it for his content purposes, because yes, it gives him something to react to with his buds. But at the same time, you're wasting these folks' time, and you're messing with. Well, I wouldn't say you're messing with the purpose of why they're doing with the show, but at the same time, you kind of are, because a lot of these people, like Arlette and BM, the ones that I can talk about for sure, they're not doing this for clicks and views. They doing it because they genuinely want singles to find love. So when you have people that are content creators and that go on and do these things and they promote their stuff, or they just, want to get, clicks and all that, like that guy, what was his name? Braylon. He's like, "Oh, well, I only just went over there for the clicks and all that." Like, bro, you're taking away the whole purpose. You're taking away from the purpose of what genuine people are trying to do, and it sucks.
That's fact.
And not only that, like if you watch, because I'm a huge fan of Rhino. I've been watching Rhino for like 10 years. They be joking, like a lot of their content be like troll. They like, "Man, I wasn't really paying attention to that girl. I really wanted that." So Rhino and them and Rob and like the Asian looking dude, they not all of them. They like, "What other show can I go on to be a side quest?"
But Dorian, we gotta give Dorian credit because she said it without saying it. Because she said it like she said that Rhino dates non-blacks, so she called it out. Like she said it, like not on that segment, but I think she did like a follow-up or something, and she said it. She called it out.
Right, Rhino was into white women. He be going on Jubilee all the time. Yeah.
Jubilee? Nah, Jubilee is crazy work. Jubilee is crazy work. I think.
Jubilee. Yeah. Where the white people do the pop.
I think my final straw with Rhino on these dating shows was after he got done with Pop the Balloon. He was right on Melly Monaco's. Then he was on another Melly Monaco's, and then I'm just like, bro. Then I saw him on something else. I'm like, bro. At this point, dog, like, even if you match with a girl and get a girl, I don't even believe that you're gonna actually date the girl, because it's just like. It's the same thing with Braylon. Yeah. After somebody gave us the drop and they was like, "Hey, do you know that Braylon was on Kendra G?" And I looked up that video. I'm like, bro, ain't no way, man. Like, it's just like, stop playing, bro.
Like, remember that dude that came on there flashy too? He went on Kendrick G too, the one with the red belt. Like literally at the airport, right after he got off Pop the Balloon, and she kicked him off the show because he had a 4-month. Yeah, because he had a 4-month-year-old and he was just there for clout. She was like, "Wait, you got a 4-month-year-old? You just got Pop the Balloon. Why are you on my show looking for?" Yeah, dude, I forgot the dude's name.
It's
the dude with the no brims. The one with no brim on his hat.
I got you. Dropping receipts.
Yeah.
Not Mr. No Brim. What?
Nah. He was on Kendrick G right after they filmed. So that be like, you know what I'm saying? He had the same outfit and everything at the airport. She kicked him off. Like I was like no cap.
Nah. All right. Well, crazy, guess what? Somebody sent me. Somebody. Yep. Keep that link. I guess me and Alex got to react to that off stream.
The bone I got to pick though, like towards the end, the bone I got to pick though is the woman in the orange dress. She wasted that dude time, but then that dude, I didn't really feel bad about the dude with the glasses for popping that other normal girl that said that she was interested in him. So that was karma for him. You get what I'm saying? He was trying so hard for her.
Oh, you talking about this right here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But he's saying somebody before her. That's what they got his karma.
The girl that everybody was popping on, that was like, I don't know, the girl with the glasses, the other girl.
Oh, the girl that nobody gave a chance. They popped on her. Nobody gave her. I still, to this day, am still confused on what it is that this girl did wrong that made everybody pop on her, because she didn't even get. She didn't get any point in this, and they was just popping on her. She had her segment was literally like 3 minutes long, 4 minutes long.
Right.
I think Candy set the bar. That's why.
Right there.
The dude with the glasses, they would have been a perfect match. Him and the dude, her and the dude with the glasses, because she said she liked him, and he wasn't interested in her at all. I'm like, that's crazy work. But the girl that everybody wanted, she didn't really want nobody, to be honest. To be frankly honest with you, like, she was just there to waste people's time. I feel, my personal opinion. But hey, that's just me. But
I feel
you really got to study people though. Like,
what did you say, guys?
I feel like that situation is like the perfect example of like people will just pop based off of something, and like they'll get rid of something good in front of them that if they actually gave it a chance, they might have. That could have been like the love of their life, like kind of like with the one couple that got married, like how he originally popped on her, and then like ended up, she was like, no, I mean, you never know. And they ended up getting like, no, now they're getting married and all that good stuff. Like that. I feel like that's like the perfect example of people who will just like, don't be perfect right in front of you, but just because of like your own preconceived notion, you're just be like, not even give it a chance. Like, I feel like a lot of people on Papa struggle in general with just judging based on what their perceived notion of that person is without actually getting to know that person. And I feel like if it was more like, I don't know, I feel like there should be a rule, like you shouldn't be able to allow to pop unless you actually like fully hear somebody out. Because I actually completely forgot about that girl with the glasses, because that's how short it was. I was like, oh yeah, her. I'm like, I feel like everyone should get a full chance to actually like get to know before you just pop. Because like, I don't know, I feel like just give more people a chance, because you never know. Like, I feel like a lot of people just don't give people chances, and that could have been like that match, right? That could have been a match. Like someone like
I want to say something about that. Because like people, like the way people be popping their balloons, and just like, it's like this person can have all the qualities, be amazing, can possibly be a husband or a wife, and you're popping your balloon because my type. And that be driving me sometimes. I'm like, bro, please stay off these people's show if you're not gonna possibly give it a chance to go outside of your top. Because so many people on there like, I just like what I like. My type. It's like, bro, give somebody a chance.
Your type your type isn't working.
Chubs, what they don't realize, they type don't like them.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like you're on pop the balloon. Your type doesn't
Obviously,
like
something's
you.
not working. The math isn't mathing, so you need to change your equation. Okay, your type isn't typing, so switch it. Okay,
Your type isn't typing.
Right.
That's Crystal. Your type isn't that. You should put that on the T-shirt. Your type
That's
isn't.
crazy. Because that's not even like the first example of that either. Like there was that one goth girl who wore like all black and like the glasses, and the other goth dude too. Like they would have been like the perfect match, but everyone just popped on her because she said she was like an antiquer and like she was just like, you know, a homebody. She was a chill type of person. But then like all the time on social media, people would just be like, man, where are the homebodies at? And then when they finally come out, everyone don't like them. I'm like, what y'all talking about? You just saw one that was perfect. Probably wouldn't perfect for you. She don't go outside too much. You want to stay home. She's trying to find that one person, commit to them and chill. And then as soon as that person comes out of the woodwork, they give them all of the crap. And I'm just like, that's just why y'all's homebodies don't be outside. Because like as soon as we do, y'all don't like us anyway. So like, what do y'all want? Like, I can't do it. It's too much.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, to me that kind of brings up another thing. Like y'all saying, if your type don't like you, so is it more or less? Let me go pick something that I really don't like, but it likes me. Then how does that work?
I'm gonna say it like this. And this is just the reality. And this is why I say we need to go back to arranged marriages. And it's not because I think that men are the problem or women are the problem. I think it's the problem that you guys all have too many options. Y'all see too many different types of ice cream. But then when y'all go to the ice cream parlor, I say pick one flavor. Y'all want to pick every freaking flavor that just looks cool to you, and you don't pick the flavor that you know you're not allergic to. So here's the answer. Here's the truth of it, right? And Poetical, your mic is peaking. But here's the truth, right? The truth is, if you are 25 to 40 years old, actually, no, bump that. If you are 25 to 60, 70, 80 years old, and you have stuck to your type, and you have not had a relationship that has lasted longer than 2 years with your type of people, that means that your type is not the type you need to be having. It means that you are chasing after somebody's type that somebody has created for you. Because guess what? If this was your type of people, and these are the type of people that you mesh well with, you would have one. But you don't have one. So guess what? It's not working. It's time for you to take a step back and look at reality and realize you've been chasing something for this long of your life and it has not worked. Maybe because you're chasing the wrong thing. You run at the speed of a bunny rabbit and you trying to chase a road runner. You're not gonna catch him, gang. You're a bird trying to catch a whale, bruh. You're not gonna do it. You freaking cheetah racing a sports car. You're not gonna win. Like, understand, let's be realistic. Go pick you up somebody that, one, has the same moral guideline as you, and two, stop using social media as the type of body make and builds that y'all think are perfect for y'all. Because guess what? You can't have it because those are not real. And if they are real, they're getting champagne partied by some 60-year-old white dude in Venezuela. You're not gonna get it. So that's just the reality. That's the truth. And if you don't like it, it is what it is.
In short, go outside.
Thanks.
Go outside.
Go to Walmart. They got good females, good dudes.
They got good females at Walmart. Shoot, they be shopping.
Walmart. Go outside. Go to the gym.
I go to the gym. I just don't go outside. I go work, gym, home. That's it. Repeat.
Hey, that's my life. My life in a nutshell. That's my life in a nutshell.
Hold on. I love the point you're making, but I heard God is chipping.
But nah, they said the three best ways to find somebody is church, Walmart, and the gym. You can never go wrong with that. 3.
Definitely true, but can we let God get her point in?
I was just gonna say, KiteZz, that reminds me of I think he was a doctor. He was trying to get, I don't know, something along the lines of in the nursing field. And I remember when he was saying that, oh, you know, I'm 32 now and I don't really have the type that I used to have because it wasn't working before. So he was like, you know, I'm basically just going off of the vibes, energy that person has, because he's like, you know, I want to start a family and I don't want to keep having that mindset of, oh, she has to be this, she has to be that, because he's like, it didn't get me anywhere. So I feel like being open-minded is what it boils down to as well, because like you said, if you're close-minded and you just only want to stick to your type, but obviously if you keep doing that, it's not going to get you anywhere, then like you say, you're just going to keep going down that rabbit hole. But if you open your mind up and you know, start to take into consideration not just what they look like, but who they are as a person, or, you know,
right.
How you vibe with them, then that's what matters too. So that just made me, I think Alex posted it too in the chat. She said, the doctor who got no love. That guy.
Yeah, he didn't get no love that episode.
Yeah, and I was surprised because he had so many good qualities about him, and the fact that he was really ambitious and all of that, and still was like, no. It was just crazy to me. I don't understand that. Like, if you have a certain type, to me, I feel as if, okay, but you have to look within yourself. You know, obviously something is not working if you keep going after and chasing after the same old thing all the time. How do you expect to get to where you need to be?
Nope, that's 100% right.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people trying to get the 10s, but my thing is, I always make the point of, everybody is not a 10, and there's not as many 10s as there is every other number, right? If there's 100 10s, that means there's 100 9s, 100 8s, 100 7s, etc. Meaning that if everybody wants the 10, 900 of us is gonna be upset because we're not gonna get them. But the problem is, everybody looks on social media. Y'all are too sexualized out. So y'all all want the same bill. All the women want the swole freaking Michael B. Jordan, you know, perfect black or perfect whatever supermodel guy. But then every guy wants the super BBL D cup, slim waist, look like a freaking Coke bottle. Everybody want that, right?
BBL.
But let's keep it a band. Let's keep it a band. Every time y'all have seen these Coke why did she post that picture of this white man with this BBL? I'm tired.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm tired,
man.
Sorry, my finger slipped. Sorry, wrong picture.
But let's keep it a stack. Every time I've seen those Instagram, they look like Instagram model people. They've always been taken, or they always got a roster of 8 dudes. And it's just like, some of y'all are just so desperate to get that y'all have no problem being on the roster. At least I made it to the, and it's just sad, bro. Know your self-worth, man. Like, know your self-worth. That girl that's in your phone right now that been hitting you up every week, and you know she not ugly, she good looking, and she been hitting you, giving you all that attention. Why don't you send a text message back? Like, you feel me? Instead, you over here trying to chase after Elizabeth blah 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 on Instagram, and she got 12,000 followers and she only follow one person, and y'all think y'all got a shot. Like, it don't make sense. And like, let's wake up to reality, man.
And KiteZz, that's the thing too. Y'all need to really pay attention to the numbers. You think a girl with 12,000 followers gonna mess with you, and you got 500? Like, she not even gonna see that. Like, it's gonna be right standing in the request file. You feel me? So y'all, and plus I don't like girls with a lot of likes anyway. The less likes, the less problematic.
I mean, it depends on what they're posting though, because like my social media is just all of my art, because I always like to draw. I don't have no pictures of myself really, unless I drew it of myself. But I don't got a lot of likes. I'm not on it that much. I only use it to just send memes back and forth with my friends. But it depends on the page though, because if they're like one of those social media influencers type girls, then yeah, okay, I get that. But you know, there's other girls like me and probably a lot of other people too, just trying to just post stuff. Just like, yeah, the clouds are like cotton candy kind of today. Look at this, like it's kind of weird, but I get how like the majority of women's pages, not even just women's pages, men's pages too, people's pages in general, can be very much like thirst traps.
Somebody, hold on. I gotta say this. Valencia, you gotta be a hot commodity in these chats, man. This is the second dude that has shot his shot out in this channel. We gonna have to start doing dating shows on this channel, man. I'm gonna have to host something. Pop the balloon. Yeah, I'm about to do something, man.
Let me host. Let me
host.
Can I be the co-host?
Let Smiley talk, yo.
Well, wait, though. I got a question for y'all ladies, right? So, y'all remember the 8 women, right? The 8 defiant women?
Oh, I hate those people.
God.
No.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
who do y'all think they type is?
Like
Because
their
I've
type-
been trying to figure that out for weeks.
Their type is probably the type of man who
don't
has
want to-
playboy energy, that don't want to deal with them, but they want to deal with him. Like they
Yeah,
want
the
to deal
whole-
with playboy energy, but they want the playboy to commit to them type of person. That's the energy they get.
That's the
I
tens on what Kite's
man-
talking
A
about.
man who
That's
will
the
own
10
up
in
and
the
be like,
guy's
you know what? I am a bad dude, and I'll treat you worse. That's the kind of men that they want.
They want toxic. They want the bad boy, which I hate. I just
Cinder,
gotta have
what
the-
hold on,
They're
let
the
me
type of people that fetishize toxicity.
time out. Time out. Cinder, what did you say, Cinder?
I was saying those are the tens on the guy side that you were talking about. They get so much attention that they can just gonna run through.
Okay.
True.
You talking about the 8 women, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why you always turning back to the women, man? What's going on here?
No, I'm saying,
It always
I'm
comes
saying
back
the 8 women. No, I'm just saying because I've been thinking about them.
Pulling your leg, bro.
You really don't value your life.
I've been thinking about them a lot, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like,
But you
what's those like?
talking about the 8 defiant, the chicks that banded together and said that it was the world's fault, not their fault.
Yeah, cause I ain't gonna lie.
They live in delusion.
I ain't gonna lie. The one from Detroit, the one that was wearing the green dress, that's my type of woman. You feel me? Like that's my type of woman. So it kind of disappointed me that like she had that mindset. I'm like, dang, you too fine to have that mindset. That's why. And then the one,
Maybe your type not typing. Maybe
Yeah,
your type don't like
Right.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
take the advice.
Go
for Man,
the
listen.
Type not typing.
man, I was
You
mad,
can't change your
bro.
blood type, but you can change the type of food you can digest.
Consume, exactly.
Hey, yo,
Haven't you
wait a
learned
minute.
from me?
I was mad, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
All right, y'all. So,
I'm sorry, my brother, but you gotta venture out.
hey,
Open
at the
your
end of
mind.
the day, let's pack this
To new
up.
possibilities.
I would like to thank everybody for tuning in to this wonderful, wonderful Flock Talk. I'm shouting out to everybody that stuck around this late. Shout out to everybody that they talked tonight. Just because the Flock Talk in here don't mean it got to end in general. If y'all want to go down to the voice calls and continue y'all conversation, that's what the Discord's for you guys to, socialize and join together. Shout out to everybody who was here. Shout out to people who wasn't here. I pray that God protect everybody as they go to and from where they go. This your boy KiteZz with my lovely wife Alex. Shout out to my boy Cinder and all the 2G1A family that are in the chat right now typing. They didn't come up, but maybe next time. And shout out to all the people who, had the courage to come up here and just voice their opinions. I appreciate that. But before we do go, don't at me. I noticed that you did join, but you did not get a chance to speak at all. Is there anything you would like to say? I know you didn't get a chance to speak before we end this.
Not my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, now I just want to say I love what you guys are doing. I did have a couple of things I wanted to touch on, but I'll be at the next Flock Talk, so it's all good. I loved hearing everything everybody said tonight. It was phenomenal, and thanks for having me.
All right, I'm sorry about that. It is a little chaotic. Next Flock Talk, I am going to implement a rule, 2-minute rule, meaning that when you guys do talk, 2 minutes, that's the max you guys can do. And then just move on. That way we can have more people, because as we do this more and more people are going to want to jump in. So we gotta start making some time to allow people to talk they talk. And you know, the 1v1 segments, I kind of liked it. It was cool to see it, but as long as those don't get toxic, I don't really care. But don't forget, guys, when this video does come out, it will come out tomorrow. Don't forget to like it. Don't forget to leave a comment. Post your social medias in there if you guys spoke today. I'll make sure to heart it. And, you know, I love y'all. Safety.